Schaefer. Happer and Schaefer. Happer and wow, Schaefer. It's Connor and Mike. Yeah. Happer and Schaefer. Happer and Schaefer. Happer and wow, Schaefer. It's Connor and Mike.
All right, good morning and welcome in. Happy Friday. It is Happer and Schaefer here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. I'm Connor Happer alongside Mike Schaefer and Joey Warcola. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Connor, and good morning, Mike Schaefer. And good morning to everybody here at the moment helping us set up.
Hundreds.
Good morning, gentlemen. This is our first ever remote.
Yeah,
We're 9 months in, first remote. We get to experience the dark outside. Outside. This is great.
I love
It's
outside.
Beautiful out.
We get to watch the sun rise together over the Miracle Hill, which is where we are.
Oh, wow, that's a good view.
Right now at about 120th in between Blondo and Dodge. And we're rocking and rolling this morning on 1620 The Zone in front of our 1620 The Zone golf tournament, which is coming up with an 8:30 shotgun start today. And as you arrive here at Miracle Hill, you have no choice but to see us right away. And so as you practice on the practice screen, which is just to our left, which we will be utilizing here throughout the show today until 10 o'clock. And then afterwards, of course, we will be heckling you on the putting green, which is very, very, very exciting to us. They're mowing the fairways right now. The golf course is going to be in fantastic condition. It's going to be a beautiful day, and we're so excited to see everybody.
Yeah, this is fantastic. You couldn't ask for better weather for an event like this. I mean, for those that are playing, you're going to touch into the 80s a little bit before you finish up. So nice summer morning here. And it's going to be dry. I mean, that alone.
I think so.
Fantastic.
I said that earlier, and I was like, yeah, I think we lucked out weather-wise. And I was met with, don't say that. Don't say that. And I'm like, I think we kind of passed.
Don't talk during a no-hitter kind of thing.
Yeah, but like, I think we kind of passed that threshold already,
yeah,
right?
I think
we're in the day. I don't really see clouds, and it's still. So I think we're in pretty decent shape as of right now. Well, as you arrive for the golf tournament today, we will be doing a radio show. Matt will be doing a radio show from here as well, from this exact spot, coming up at about 10 o'clock this morning as well. We will do just a regular old show today with some fun, I'm sure, in between.
We're going to have fun?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Right. I mean, I didn't mean to imply that we don't have fun during our regular shows, but we're going to have some fun today. Jake Sorensen will join us at 9:15 as he regularly does. He is of golf.
He is.
Maybe he has some tips and tricks for our friends who are showing up a little bit later on this morning. So he'll join us at 9:15. They will already have teed off by then, of course. And a special guest here on this Friday coming up at 8 o'clock, Jay Moore, the new color commentator of the Husker Radio Network for Nebraska football games. He has an assignment in 15 days. 15 days until Nebraska football. All of a sudden, kind of like, bang, it's here. Next week is a challenge because, of course, you are out of off-season topics, as we always, as we talked about. And then you're in game week. And then, it's rock and roll time from there. So we're excited to talk to Jay about how it all came to be and what he's going to bring to the table.
Yeah, 15. So what are we? That's the obvious. Tommy Frazier. Who else? 15 at Nebraska. Is that Alfonso Dennard?
It is Alfonso Dennard.
Okay, those are the first two names.
It is Steve Octavian.
Okay, see, this is 15's a number.
15's good.
The first three we rip off, those are all guys that stood out for various. I mean, they were good players, but stood out beyond that too.
I mean, I'm thinking it's more of a it feels like more of a defensive number than a corner number than it is anything else. We have a quarterback, we have a corner, and we have a linebacker so far. How about gosh, I I don't know who else would give me a fourth number 15.
Okay.
For
So
Nebraska
I
football.
was impressed you got Steve Octavian.
I loved Steve Octavian.
But I mean, obviously, Tommy Frazier is the gold standard of 15.
Indeed.
As I read through the Dave Fight countdown here, trying to find some others, we got more Tommy Frazier.
Yeah.
More Tommy Frazier.
There's just a lot of stuff about Tommy Frazier in there.
Okay, that's it. That's all. We're doing.
It's just a tribute to Tommy Frazier at number 15.
Which, I mean,
I get it. That makes a lot of sense. He did a lot of things in his career. I don't know if you
other
knew that.
ones. Bob Churchlick.
Oh, I just received a text from a friend, Dylan Raiola.
Well, okay.
Oh, don't go. Well, no, I'm just kidding. Actually, that's well worth a well.
It's honestly, the sad thing is that I wouldn't have thought of it.
I completely forgot he existed.
Which might tell you a lot.
Yeah.
DeMornay Pearsonell.
DeMornay Pearsonell. Good one. Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of guys that did not, a lot of in-state guys that didn't stick around long.
Oh, Sal says Ernest Hausman. Yeah.
Yeah, Ernest Hausman, Malachi Coleman, Xavier Betts.
Xavier Betts.
3 pretty big, important in-state recruiting wins that didn't
Breon Carnes.
Breon Carnes.
Michael Rose Ivy.
This might be a transfer number.
Richie
yeah.
Torres. Yeah, unfortunately,
a lot of transfers
in the battle for best 15. We do have a clear winner.
Willie Miller. That's a guy from the early 2000s. Brett Lindstrom. I believe he's run for governor. There we have Vince Ferragamo.
Nice.
People much older than us love to talk about Vince Ferragamo.
Everyone who is older than us says Vince Ferragamo is my favorite Nebraska quarterback of all time. That's what people say.
Really
that
do.
They really do say that. Or Dave Hum.
Jerry Godowski.
Or Jerry Godowski.
There's a lot of Jerry Godowski.
It's really
now that would be a tier for us sometime. Husker players that you've heard about that you've never watched, but like people talk about all the time.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, we could ask Matt about it, and he could join the list, and he'd be like Nate Swift.
Yeah, his list would offend me, just like my list would offend someone else.
Exactly.
I told this story before. I filled in on the morning show, and Damon Benning was in at that time, and for some reason or another, I admitted I didn't know who Junior Miller was.
Yeah,
and he was so angry with me. And Junior Miller played years before I was even born.
Right.
But it was just like this affront to him that I didn't know this guy that some regard as the best tight end in Nebraska football history.
Yep.
And I was just like, I don't know what you want me to do. No one's ever talked to me about Junior Miller.
Similarly, I learned once about Johnny Mitchell.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's in that same category.
Like I think that's really a similar deal. Oh, look, another one. My buddy's on fire this morning. Sierra Wright.
Okay, his first year, right? Because he was a single digit guy last year.
What was he last year?
Wasn't it like a 1 or a 0?
One feels accurate. Yes.
Yeah, I want to say he was number 1 last year.
Okay. Yeah, he was definitely number 15 at one point. It does feel like okay. So this is another thing we could do with the numbers. The number that you should, the position that you should play based on the number that you have. If you're 15, is that a corner number?
That's a quarterback or a cornerback number.
I think basically.
So too. Occasionally you can see wide receiver, especially now in the NFL. You got a lot of wide receivers in the teams.
Yep. Should we do 14 and 13? 14.
Yeah.
There can't be many 14s. By the way, 15. Platcat says Martine Krompel and Caleb Corver.
Okay.
They did not play for Nebraska football, but
those are names I don't have any relation to.
Martine Krompel is a good one. That's for sure. He made I saw there was a discussion. This is off topic, of course, but while we look up 14s, there was a discussion about like pick your 3-on-3 Creighton basketball team.
Oh, okay.
And people were
somehow this discussion didn't make it to my front door. I'm shocked.
People were discussing putting Martine Krompel on their team because he could, versatile defender. He could catch some lobs and stuff like that. They were discussing Martine Krompel. There was a certain person who may or may not be in our chat right now who is discussing not having Doug McDermott on his Creighton 3-on-3 team. I was willing to listen, but not for very long.
Yeah, that would be a tough one to leave off.
Yeah.
I would assume Corver has to be on a lot of these.
I don't know. Corver's an interesting one because he doesn't give you much outside of making threes, which you already haven't done.
Right, but if you're going off of the college version of the guy instead of the NBA version, I mean, that's Creighton's second best player.
It is.
Right?
Kalkbrenner.
Okay. Third?
Yeah. It's weird to say, but yeah, I actually think that's true. Yeah.
My childhood is troubled by this.
It's weird.
Now you're telling me he's not even the best person with a K last name?
I think that's true.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think that
Somehow
trying
that
to
could seem
avoid the
wrong.
recency bias, but I do think that's right.
All
All right,
right.
what did we come up with for 14?
14, we have another quarterback that everybody loves, Jerry Taggy.
Jerry Taggy. Yeah.
Omaha's own Jerry Taggy, right?
Yeah.
Or at least he stuck around in Omaha after he played for Nebraska. And then a bunch of guys I don't have a lot of Baron Miles would be. Actually, Baron Miles arguably could be the
Baron
guy.
Miles is a good one. Daniel Bullocks. Why do I remember him as a 20-something? Interesting.
Was Josh 20?
Maybe Josh
Daniel was
20.
the one that ripped it away from the Wake Forest guy.
Yeah, I think that's right.
That was his flash play that I remember. Jonathan Rose, who I was talking about.
Tristan
yesterday.
Gebbia.
Ramir Johnson.
Ramir Johnson.
Anthony Blue.
Avery Roberts. Yeah.
Ramir Johnson's a good one.
Ramir Johnson.
Of
I think
the
is
recent
wow.
vintage.
Bronson Marsh. Incredible.
There's a name.
He
He would have been a quarterback when you were in high school.
He was
right?
exactly my age, I believe.
Oh, okay.
2010 graduate of Millard
Okay,
South
yeah.
High School. I remember what they did. It was a conversation point at the time. He gray shirted, and I can't even remember what that means.
So gray shirt means that you walk on for a year and then they give you a scholarship the following year.
Okay. And did that ever work out for him?
I don't think so.
I don't
even
know
know how long Bronson Marsh stuck around.
Yeah, I don't know if
That
he
was
stuck
one of
around.
those where it was like a groundswell of support for him because
Yes, he was the
they had
best
won
player in the state.
The
Yeah.
state championship, and
Yeah.
Millard South was really good that year. But I don't know how long he actually stuck around with the team.
It can't be very lucky. You're
Well,
pulling up
he
the
went-
2012 roster, so
So
he
he
was
went
at least
through 2 years.
he was at least there for two seasons.
He redshirted, and
I guess 3 seasons. 10, 11, 12. Fall of 10, 11, 12.
I wonder if he didn't actually enroll until 11.
Maybe but well, I mean the gray shirt thing. I don't know.
Could be
Headley says who was the DB with the last name Blue? Was it he number 14?
Anthony Blue.
Yeah, Anthony Blue. Yeah. All right, there you go. I guess we could do 13 too.
All right, I'll look up 13.
Zach Taylor.
Oh, wow, that was fast,
Right?
I feel like my brain is too slow with these now.
Zach Taylor 13 is that has to be number 1 on the number 13 list.
A lot of quarterback around here, which makes sense.
A lot of quarterback. Yeah. 14, 15, 13, 14, 15. Okay. If anybody has any of those, let us know. We are here on a Friday, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to pull up that 13 page. So we'll get back to it here in just a second. Look at this. My buddy keeps texting me. Carlos Polk, Corey McEwen, your boy.
Yeah, I was thinking Corey McEwen,
Yeah.
and then I was like, it's not 3, is it? They didn't have linebackers. That were
No, he was
3.
13. Yeah, that's right. So there's some right off the bat. We're at Miracle Hill. We are here for the 1620 The Zone golf outing.
They
Which
are
we are
rolling the practice green right now.
I am so fired up about it because
You want to drive that thing.
Well,
I can tell.
I do. That is a great call.
We should
by
see
you.
if they'll let you during the
That'd be
break.
a great bit.
I don't think they. Oh, hi Joey. What's up?
Hey,
The two other folks who are with our traveling party here at 1620 The Zone very rudely walked across the dew-covered practice
Oh, no.
screen, so they have to roll in, of course, to get their footsteps off of there this morning. Which here's Miracle Hill already working for us. That's a good thing. But we have a show for you today. Like I said, our lineup with Jake Sorensen and Jay Moore, 2 golf fanatics here on this Friday, joining us on the phone from the golf course. Our city of the day, we head to Sheldon, Missouri in just a little while. We're excited about that. That, of course, is the home of the Pizza Hut that is accessible by boat. There is not a lot going on in Sheldon, Missouri, but we are excited to find out at least a little bit more. We'll have our Friday shout-outs. Get into your Friday shout-outs today as well. With Free Ball, we'll do a variety of different things that we normally do on the show today. 402-951-1620. We want to hear from you all on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. You can call or text that number. Tweet at us at HappenSchafe, at Connor Happer, at Mike J. Schaefer on the Liquid Trucking Zone Twitter feed. Email Connor, Mike, or Joey at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. And we say good morning to our YouTube streamers who have already helped the show this morning by mentioning a couple things in the chat. Hopefully you're enjoying our crystal clear picture on the stream on YouTube right now with
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I spent 4 hours at the car shop making that.
Oh yeah, no, you did a great job, Joey. But it's a bit it's a bit it's a bit grainy. If you can see that,
Yes.
the
Right,
connection.
it's like a low-end
yes.
doorbell camera.
we do have the camera out for good measure today. We could bring up our own cameras if people wanted to see our faces actually instead of like a digitized 2000s version of our face. But we'll figure that out as we go on throughout the show. That's what the 6 a.m. hour is for, figuring it out, ladies and gentlemen. What do we get on 13?
So you mentioned Carlos Bullock. We have a bunch of linebackers: Zaire Anderson,
Yes,
JoJo Doman,
yes.
Corey McEwen, and then in there we have Tanner Lee. We have
Oh,
Lane
yeah.
Hovey. You remember Lane Hovey?
Oh, I remember Lane Hovey.
Nicknamed Wolverine.
Yeah.
Isaiah Garcia Castaneda.
Nice.
Remember that catch against Northwestern where it's like, this guy's going to be a dude.
Yeah, and then he tore his
was in the
ACL.
transfer portal.
Well, he tore his ACL like that game.
No, it was a year later he tore his ACL against Minnesota.
Oh, wow, really?
But remember in 22, he went into the portal, and then he came back after Matt Rule.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, he didn't get hurt in that Northwestern game?
He went in the doghouse for some reason and then never really played again that year.
But
he had a heck of a catch for a touchdown.
He did.
In the Northwestern game. And then PJ Smith, another one I remember, safety, played for those Bow teams of like 2010, 2011, 2012.
All right, very good.
Right in there.
If you could think of any 13, 14, 15, send them our way. Terry writes in on the Equitable Bank inbox. Hi, guys. Jerry Fort was number 14 on the B-ball team.
People love Jerry Fort.
P.S. See you a bit at Miracle Hill. Oh, we're excited to see Terry and all of our folks here this morning as they show up for 1620 The Zone's golf tournament, which starts in just a little bit over 2 hours. We are off and running on this Friday. Glad you could be here with us, whether it's at the golf course or on the good old-fashioned radio. We're back after this on 1620 The Zone. Back, Happer and Schaefer on 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com, and the Zone Radio Network. We are live for the first time, not in our humble abode. I guess this is the third location that we've ever done this show from. Studio A, Studio B, and now Studio Miracle Hill. So here we are. Also, of course, we've had one of us be in a different town or city at a variety of different times, but the base of the show is here. Also, we're happily joined today by our dear friend Jake Janicek back in studio, who's pressing the buttons for us.
Jake.
Joey could not, he said, I don't trust these guys to be out here and make things work themselves. Yes. So Joey's here with us today.
I'm here for moral support.
Thank you.
I'm here to watch the sunrise with you guys.
It's really nice.
I want to, Joey, did you bring your golf clubs? Can we get you out there?
No, I did not.
All right.
I did not bring anything.
A little disappointing.
I could get you a little chipper, a little putter, a little something like that,
Good luck with that, Dan.
All right. Well, I was going to go grab a couple balls and a putter during the break because I got to get some putts in, just in case. Once again, got to stay prepared just in case somebody asks you for a celeb shot at some point.
Wow.
Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. Get a text from Blake Show 402. We're going to have our city of the day here in just a couple of minutes. My buddy has a lake house in Shell Knob. Table Rock Lake is incredible, and the Pizza Hut is great. I've had pizza to go on the lake. I would highly recommend.
Man, I want to eat Pizza Hut on a lake.
I do too. It sounds great, especially from this particular Pizza Hut.
It doesn't have to be Pizza Hut, but because this is a Pizza Hut and it's a nostalgic Pizza Hut, it makes me want to eat it even more on a lake. And I would like to offer them money for one of the nostalgic red plastic, the cups.
Oh, yeah. The red cups.
Yeah. The pizza places always have those like Coke red. I want one of those. Me
and Damon always had an argument about the red cups. He has a theory that if you have the red plastic cups at your restaurant, then your restaurant sucks. And I was like, no, it's the opposite. It's the opposite.
What in the world?
Yeah, that was his thing.
Now
he would go red cup, terrible, and then he would that would be the conversation.
He's potentially listening right now, but he hates pizza, so I don't even know that we can take his opinion.
He's one of those meat guys. He's just like, I only eat meat only.
Beef man is derived a little bit off of Damon.
It really is.
We're not gonna lie.
All right, so today we're excited to be out here, and we're excited to see all of you in just a little bit. So let's get the day started with a little bit of a Husker football question for you, Schaefer. I got you have questions for me, and I have a question for you.
Okay, look at that.
I don't know if you've seen this or if you've heard about this.
I absolutely haven't.
What is the one single thing that makes you feel warm and cozy about this football season? Is there anything that gives you comfort about Nebraska football this year? I was thinking of this last night, and I was like, you know what? Like they could be this, they could be that, but they have this. So I have an answer to this question. I wonder where your brain went first.
For me, a lot of it is how many guys they're bringing back with experience. They're an older team. It's the first time in a while that they've actually been an older team. Now, they've been a team where your best players are veterans like Ty Robinson and Nash Hutmaker in 2024 or whatever. But you had a true freshman quarterback. You were breaking in true freshman wide receivers. You didn't have a running back position solved. They still have a lot of questions on their roster, but they have a lot more experience on their roster. They have guys that they brought in at critical positions that have a ton of experience, whether it's up front on the offensive line, or they have some guys that they brought in defensively that bring in some experience as well. So for me, it is a lot of returning production, and it's a lot of unknowns with that, but I feel better because they're blending. Anthony Colandrea has 3 years of starting, and you're going to combine that with an offensive line that's really veteran, a wide receiver group that has 3 years of starting of your top three guys, and, a running back situation that you're going to try to figure out on the fly. But I like that picture a lot. Like, I understand. I don't think they're going to win, 9-10 games, whatever. But I think part of why I feel like they could win some close games, win some toss-up games, they have veteran guys who played a lot of football.
I would answer the exact same way.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the same. Like if everything else goes to whatever, like if everything else works out, you are raising your floor by the fact that you have as much experience as you have. And you have, yes, the returning production obviously is a big part of that too. And the conversations, I think, go hand in hand. But just the age, like they, the stated goal was get old. And they got old. Like they did this offseason.
Some might have said the stated goal should have been get good, and we'll see if they're working on that too. But they did get old.
I mean, we came up with the number the other day. What was it? 120 plus starts for the 6 offensive linemen that they're going to end up rotating through this year. And I get it. Like the knock on all of this stuff, the question that gets thrown back in our faces.
Hear the geese, folks.
The question that gets thrown back in our faces after we say, hey, well, they have 121 starts in the offensive line back this year, and those guys are going to be your starters, is, well, are they good? And my answer is, like, yes.
I think 3 of them I have no question on.
Yeah.
The 4th one might have the highest upside of anybody in the group. And then the 5th spot, you have 2 guys that have starting experience duking it out right now, and Tree Babalade and Gunnar Gatula. Like, I understand being skeptical of all things Nebraska football, but this offensive line, like, it's hard for me to poke a whole lot of holes in what they've done here. They clearly identified this as the fastest way for the rest of their offense to go up. And that's where they invested a lot of their resources in the offseason.
I don't think you are overly dependent on hits in the portal. I think you obviously have to have some of them, but there's some of them that are just like they're going to work out, at least to some extent. And so you're not overly dependent on that. And so I had this whole inner monologue in my head last night when I was thinking about this question. I was like, man, they're old and they're experienced, and there's a lot to like about that part. It sort of now I didn't go much further thinking about this beyond what I'm about to say, and I want to see how it lands with you. And I know how it will end with others. It feels like going into the 2021 season. Going into the 2021 season, it was an older, experienced group with a bunch of starters back and a defense that we thought was going to be pretty good.
The whole defense was experienced.
Obviously, that season went completely off the rails, and so like I get all the things that come. But that team, we make jokes about it. They were the best 3-9 team in the country. I get it, but there was a lot to like about that group preseason, and they did, battle with Oklahoma, and they should have beaten Michigan State and Michigan and all these different games throughout the season that just ended in complete and total disasters. And I don't know if they have the blow up characteristic in the DNA of this team. But it feels like from a roster makeup standpoint, you're in a pretty similar spot as you were that year.
Yeah, you're going to have a veteran quarterback. You're going to have just a veteran team in general. And so I think that's a fair comparison. One of the things, in addition to being older, another thing that I kind of like, and this kind of cuts both ways, because some of it is, okay, you retain these guys, but they haven't done that much yet. Like you're probably paying more for the retention than you are for the returning production. But there's still some guys on this team where I think there's more out there. Like I continue to be someone who thinks that there's more for Ja'Cory Barney than what we've seen at Nebraska so far. I continue to think there's more for Riley Van Poppel, certainly, than what we saw last year. And so if you get
I don't think you're sitting there, though, like Schaefer, like you're not overly dependent on him having a giant.
No, that's a
nice
mean? Thing. Yeah. Like I think you have some guys that if they just play to their baseline, okay, you're solid right there. You have some guys, if someone, if a Riley Van Poppel finally it all clicks, that makes the entire defensive line picture look better. Williams Winery, same thing. If it clicks and you get 5-star version of that guy or 4-star Riley Van Poppel, that can really help out your defensive line. If Jashir Whittington is this guy that people seem to think can be a pass rush specialist from the interior, that really helps out. So there's Vincent Shavers. There's like this element of untapped upside, or we haven't seen it yet, that, you think about 2021, inside of that 3-9 year, there were some guys that had some really big performances.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one had seen Damian Daniels be that good up front. Now, unfortunately, this Nebraska team doesn't have a guy exactly like Damian Daniels. That'd be fun. But JoJo Doman was the big beneficiary there. Remember how good Doman was? A lot of that was because Damian Daniels ate 3 offensive linemen on every single play.
He did. He was eating.
And so that freed up, your linebackers to run around, and JoJo Doman was really, really good. There's some other guys that had, Samari Toure was great in 2021. They could have used a little bit more help. I thought Nebraska could have gotten the ball to Austin Allen more in 2021. But that's all to say, like, you have a team like this, and I know what went wrong in that year, but you have a team like this, there's still some guys that, it's not a written book as to some of these players on this team.
Yeah.
And so that upside, I think, is tantalizing as well, while also acknowledging there's a lot of flaws too. Like, this isn't, I'm not trying to lead people to the Kool-Aid trough and just shove their head in it and tell them to drink. But I think there's some good upside while also not acknowledging, like, there's some stuff that they're going to have to figure out.
Yeah, I think you've given yourself a chance with the type of depth and experience that you have on your roster. Like, ultimately they have to go out and do it. I'm not like, there's no guarantees. Depth and experience and age and all those things, they only get you sort of in the mix. They only get you in the club. And I do think it is important in this league, number one. And, then you start to think about some of the teams that have really popped nationwide, and maybe it works out for them as far as the schedule is concerned and it all comes together. I don't know. I think there's definitely reasons to be optimistic, but more so than anything, I just feel like I like where the floor has risen to, at least at this point.
That's a lot of why, like, I have a tough time seeing them not get to 6-6. I have a tough time seeing them struggle in the non-conference. Like, they're just a better and better team than the worst of their schedule. So, like, they'll just get through that just because they're better. It's the 50-50s where you're hoping that, this is a team that shouldn't have a problem going to Illinois on a Friday night. This is a team that shouldn't have a problem with the back-to-back of Rutgers following that Illinois game, which is a thing that Nebraska's had a problem with regardless of how, old or veteran their team is.
Yep.
And they're one of the last in the Big Ten to win a back-to-back road game scenario. So it's a thing where you have these guys, you're veteran, like, there shouldn't be an issue. You shouldn't get starry-eyed because Indiana's coming
I don't
down.
think so.
Shouldn't be.
I guess, I'm not like 100% sure, because I don't know.
Because there's some growing up. There's some jumping up from, UNLV and San Diego State.
Right.
It's a different world playing inside the Big Ten. I talk about that.
Emotional maturity. Like, can you make your way through an entire season?
Like, emotional maturity is how you end up going to Minnesota and looking like you don't even belong in the sport.
Disaster.
And so those are the sort of things where you hope, like, that shouldn't happen again ever, let alone the follow-up year with a similar coaching staff and guys that went through it. So you would hope that there was some real lessons learned and forged. And we'll find out. And obviously, there's the big coaching piece in all of this, too.
Text from the 616. This is Greg in Michigan. Come on. We've heard the experienced offensive line before a few years ago. It doesn't matter. It's always talent and coaching. I just think that is an oversimplification. Like, if you're just like, hey, I don't really, like, you can tell me this offensive line has X amount of starts and X amount of experience, I just point blank period do not care about that. I mean, I just feel like there's a nuance there that we need to sort of achieve at least a little bit. I get the trepidation, I get the concern about whatever we're trying to tell you at this point. Like, I get it, but I do think there is actual tangible evidence to go off of from last year, given what the offensive line was at the end of last year and the players that are back on it.
Well,
Evans, everyone agrees that Evans is good,
right?
Like,
he's an all-conference player,
right? And that's your center. That's sort of the.
And then I think the left tackle, we're talking about guys that still have upside and untapped potential. If you get end of the year Elijah Pritchett for 12 games, you're going to be really happy about that.
Yep.
I mean, the biggest thing with this line, and to this point, it's been really good for Nebraska, is just health. Like, how many starts can you get out of your top 5 guys? Can you get 10 starts out of that? That's going to go a long way for you.
Yep.
So I agree that it's easy to basically be like, okay, we've heard this before. They're experienced here. They're experienced here. It's a different picture. I mean, it's just a different picture of a different setup. You have a different offensive line coach in Jeep Wade. I'm excited about that too.
Yep. All right. So the sun is nearly up here.
Yeah, that
happened fast. It was dark.
Yeah,
And now I'm
sunrise is
looking
supposed to be
at
now.
I'm looking at hole 1, and I want to go during the break.
And see if you
go
can hit it
get
265
my driver.
down the middle.
Yeah, and then I want to hit it, and then I'm just gonna mark it and tell Matt to beat it.
Now this is the practice screen, right?
Right in front of us.
Have they cut this yet? No. Wow.
I don't think so.
We got to get it rocking then, because I got to get some putts in. Get some people.
Well,
out
I think
here.
you can putt without him cutting it, but there's no holes.
I want to make it. Where would I shoot if?
Yeah, there's no holes.
Yeah.
I'm now seeing this.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They got to cut it.
I always assumed practice greens had the same holes.
I do too. Wow, this is a professional organization here, apparently, which is what we've come to expect, of course, out of Miracle Hill, which is the home of the 1620 The Zone
This
golf
is
tournament.
serene right now.
I don't want to make any predictions, but I'm going to make a guess. I'm going to say a word. Annual. First annual.
Well, inaugural would be this year.
Inaugural.
And then after you get to say annual. So
Annual.
whenever you see someone put first annual, you can grammatically correct them.
Thank you.
And make them mad and be like, well, actually, it's inaugural.
Our inaugural, which means that there could be a second.
Yes.
There will be a second.
I hope
potentially.
they're just second. This is great.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Now, is it selfish if I'd rather the second one has a noon shotgun start so that way you and I
we could play.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I want to confirm that I acknowledge I'm being selfish.
I do want to play.
Oh man,
it is the thing. But we can,
I played a lot over the weekend, and the other day I was like, I kind of want to go golf again. That's when you know you have a disease.
You got the itch.
You got a disease.
It took 4 days.
73 holes over the weekend. And
you were dying. You were like, I'm not in civilization, and I've played way too much golf. My hands have blisters all over them, but I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go again.
Basically what it is.
All right. So, like I said, Happer and Schaefer are available for whatever you might need from a golf perspective today. You can't miss us when we walk in here at Miracle Hill. We're less than 2 hours away from the shotgun start of this very tournament. So we are just about to get off and rolling here. It's going to be a beautiful morning, and we're excited to have you out here or listen to the shows all day long. We have plenty to come today. I want to talk. I do want to reserve 5 to 7 to 10 minutes to talk about Fernando Mendoza.
You don't need to sell me on that.
Okay.
I am in.
He is an interesting character.
Oh, yeah.
We will do that at some point during the show today. But coming up next, it's our city of the day. We head to the Ozarks.
Whoa.
After this on 1620 The Zone.
We learned this city. We learned this city on Happer. Schaefer learned this city. We learned this city on Happer. Schaefer.
A whole new group of people have just heard Joey's singing voice.
No, that's Stibbs. That's Stibbs. I sing freeballing.
That's not you.
That's Stibbs.
That's not you just voiced over yourself.
No.
Wow. Why?
No,
have I
that's
thought
been
that?
Stibbs
Yeah,
the
it's been
entire time.
Stibbs.
Wow,
It's been
that's
Stibbs.
as bad.
Shout
as
out to Mike Stibbs.
That's as bad as I've heard Stibbs sing. Stibbs has the voice of an angel. That's terrible.
So Stibbs filled in for you, and Joey
Joey made
pointed
him
out
record
that
a
he was
bunch of
about
stuff.
to hear himself, and Stibbs was like, "Oh, I've never actually heard this."
Because
Well,
he
he's
would
never-
never,
he's never
he
heard
would
this
never
early.
be awake
Right.
at 6:45. Yeah, it would never happen, especially not on a Friday, which is what we're doing right now.
You can see the sun behind the trees to our left over there.
I would say the sun has risen. The sun will rise, and it has risen today. Our city of the day. All right. So yesterday we happened upon this Pizza Hut in the Ozarks in Missouri, where it is accessible by boat. Now, what we learned yesterday is that it is not exclusively accessibly by
Yeah,
boat.
which I wanted.
Mildly disappointing.
Very.
It is also not a swim up Pizza Hut. But now we're talking.
No.
People do take they drive their boat they take their boat to the Pizza Hut, they park at the Pizza Hut dock, and then they grab the pizza and then they put the pizza back on the boat, which is essentially what we're sort of looking for here. I like this idea. I also love the idea of a swim up Pizza Hut,
man.
which should be a thing on lakes everywhere.
Why is this not a thing?
I don't know.
Can you imagine your pizza's just floating around on a floaty while you're just laying there?
You could do so many different things.
It'd be great.
They probably do that somewhere in California, probably California Pizza Kitchen, for instance.
This Pizza
Very
Hut-
popular. Their swim up bars there.
This Pizza Hut is located in Shell Knob, Missouri. Shell Knob, Missouri. It's about an hour and a half north of Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in the extreme
Deep
southwest
part of the
corner
Ozarks, yeah.
of
Southwest
Missouri
corner.
here, which is it is an interesting place. It is a very interesting
Missouri,
place.
It is.
Missouri is a fascinating state.
Missouri is
because
like 100 states.
north is its own level of interesting,
Uh-huh.
and then south is very interesting, and then large stretches of I-70.
Which is Kansas City on one side and St. Louis
Yeah.
on the other,
It's
Jefferson City.
It's
and-
very odd.
and Columbia.
So this is tucked deep into the southwest corner. Shell Knob, Shell Knob, Knob, technically spelled incorrectly. It is named originally after Henry and Elizabeth Shell, Shell. And so this is a similar story to what we hear with, I believe, Norfolk in Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
When they submitted the name for the post office in the 1870s, this town has been established since then, 1870s, they spelled it wrong. They did not include the C, and therefore, when they submitted the name for it, they got Shell, Shell. So it's not about shells or any sort of things that wash up on beaches or anything like that. It's about a family. The Shells themselves established the town, left in 1846, and then went on to establish another town of Jacket, Missouri.
Wow.
Jacket, Missouri. There was another story that was like about the Shells themselves and sort of what they were doing and where they.
That sounds like a TV show or a podcast.
The
Shells themselves.
The Shells themselves. Marcel the Shell. Have you ever seen those?
No. I haven't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty popular YouTube video from back in the day. Obviously, you have the boat accessible Pizza Hut, which is the pride and joy
I would have to imagine very popular.
of this town. There is not a lot going on. There's like 1,000 people here.
Yeah, it is a lake community. I mean, so you have Table Rock Lake right there as part of the Ozarks, and so tons of fishing, tons of boating, tons of lake community stuff, and so that's basically what you have here.
1,254 people in the 2020 census here for Shell
Berry
Knob,
County.
Missouri, and it is not like so. This is where we get to the roads section. Joey, I
Fun.
mean, this is a challenge. It is a challenging place to get to.
It is.
It is a challenging place to get from. Tell us a little bit about the roads.
Well, if you want to get there from Omaha, you just go south on I-29 over in Council Bluffs. Then once you're in Kansas City, you just go around all the other interstates. Once you get to 49, you just keep going south towards Joplin, and then go further south. Either if you want to do that or go east on 44, then take whatever back roads there are leading to
it's back
Sheldon.
roads. That's the so like when I looked up
Looks like Missouri Highway 39 takes you directly into Sheldon. I'm looking at the map right now.
So when I looked this up and I was looking for the nearest town, it's either Springfield or Joplin or Fayetteville.
Yeah.
And I was like, it looks like it's Fayetteville. So I did Shellknob to Fayetteville, and you have to. There's no direct path,
or maybe
you have to zigzag a lot.
Maybe from Branson, you could take one of their duck boats and just drive on the road and then get into the water and ride all the way through the river.
This is an area of the country that is admittedly beautiful.
It is.
I mean, like it really is. If you drive down 49 to go to Fayetteville, it starts getting rocky and things like that. And it's actually quite the cool drive, but it's not like it sort of feels like a waste. I feel like we are, the Midwesterners, Nebraskans in particular, probably Iowans too, are trained for the roads to be straight. And it feels like if the roads aren't straight, then it's a waste of time because you're not going directly.
Efficiency goes down.
The efficiency goes way down.
Yeah.
In Northwest Arkansas and Southwest Missouri.
No, that makes sense.
And in most areas of the country, especially those that are mountainous.
So I mentioned Table Rock Lake, and this the AI spits out this fun fact. Table Rock Lake has more than 800 miles of shoreline, which is roughly enough shoreline to stretch from Omaha to Chicago.
Wow.
To basically give you...
Isn't that one of the facts in Ozarks that Jason Bateman drops?
I thought it was.
He drops
I was reading
that
through some of this, and I was like, did Shell Creek ever get mentioned in or Shell Knob ever get mentioned in Ozark?
He drops that as like a sell to the mob boss, the cartel guy. He's like,
because of all
there's enough shoreline to whatever Omaha. I don't know if it's Omaha to Chicago or Chicago to Kansas City or whatever it is, but he does drop that line in that show.
So Table Rock Lake was basically constructed in the late 1950s. Took several years to complete, and then obviously changed that whole area. Boom of tourism, boom of vacation homes, tons of camping, fishing, all of that stuff down there.
Debo says Table Rock greater than Lake of the Ozarks.
So I've only really spent time at Lake of the Ozarks. Like whenever I've gone down there, it's always been Lake of the Ozarks. So I've never done Table Rock, but I would like to.
Also one from John. It seems the people of Shellknob would have a hard time eating the Pizza Hut with no teeth.
Well, we don't know that they don't have teeth.
We don't know that for sure, but sometimes
we can't confirm it.
Sometimes a stereotype. Okay, that is our city of the day. Maybe we'll go to somewhere more exciting in a booming metropolis next week. Maybe
I like when we switch it up.
Maybe we'll go to somewhere west of the Mississippi.
Whoa!
Probably not.
West of Omaha?
Unlikely.
Oh,
unlikely. We will take a break. We're live at Miracle Hill. We're getting ready to go for our 1620 The Zone golf tournament, and we'll be right back after this on 1620 The Zone.
listening to Happer and Schaefer on 1620 The Zone.
Back and good morning from Miracle Hill Golf Course, home of the 1620 The Zone golf tournament. The carts are coming out. The practice screen is ready to go. If you want to come in and get some putts in an hour and a half early, you are free to do so. You can do that, although we're still getting stuff all spiffy for you. But we're here. We're doing radio, and we are excited to, what we're probably going to do is we'll be able to see people who are teeing off on 1. We'll be able to see people who are teeing off on 10 too, which is very
the problem
exciting.
with 1 is you won't have a great visibility where a lot of their shots are going to go because they're going to hit it past the
aim stick.
I assume that's a 200 yards out.
Probably. It is a bit of a blind tee shot.
That's the hole that has the longest par 4 hole in 1.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Number 1, Miracle Hill. I need to get up on my Miracle Hill history, but yes, we are excited, man. I was just commenting to Schaefer during the break. It is shaping up to have an absolutely perfect morning.
Yeah, gorgeous.
It's going to be really, really good. Not too sticky and humid, and we're getting the sun to come out. So can't wait to see you all here in just a little bit for our inaugural 1620 The Zone golf tournament. This is, of course, assuming that we're going to be back and doing this forever and ever and ever for eternity. We'll be here. Matt will be here. Unsportsmanlike Conduct will be at the after party at the Phoenix from 2 to 6 this afternoon, and we'll have plenty of stuff. Of course, our tournament here at Miracle Hill is brought to you by Cutwater and T-Box. Also, still live and rolling, coming up at 9 this morning. The half-off deal this week to Woodcliff Restaurant. Joey has successfully given away, of our...
Yes, I did.
He put on his hat.
Back.
Double hat.
It's back. The bonnet's back.
Put on his bonnet. He's got his remote bonnet on, which is exciting. So if you missed Joey sliding in the DMs, that is okay. You still have a chance to get a half-off deal this morning at 9 at 1620thezone.com. $50 worth of vouchers to Woodcliff Restaurant for just $25. Let's talk some NFL quarterbacks. I had a realization yesterday. I was reading a Fernando Mendoza story, and then I watched Fernando Mendoza play last night. He did throw a pick 6, which was not great.
That'll happen.
Not good. It happens to all of us.
Did you see what Fernando Mendoza did during the game that sort of went virus?
No,
I kind of heard what he said.
He was getting interviewed on the sideline by Laura Rutledge, and he said, and obviously it was the Monday Night Football crew during the game last night on ESPN, and he at the end of the interview said, "Can you say hi to Mr. Buck for me?" As in Joe Buck. And they were like, "Well, what about Mr. Aikman?" He was like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Aikman too, but really Mr. Buck. I think Mr. Buck needs the love."
I wonder if our good friend Nick Sainer has something to say about that, because he had some passionate opinions about his brother the other day.
So I'm glad you bring that up, Joey, because Chris Vanini wrote this story in The Athletic yesterday, and basically it is he wrote the reason why the Mendozas talk this way. This is a taught thing. It's yes, some of their personality, but this is how they have sort of trained themselves, all the Mendozas, Fernando, Alberto, and then even young Max. And they all sort of speak the same way. We remember Fernando after the national championship game last year, after they won the national championship, he used the word flippin'. Most people would just say the F word and just move on with their lives because they won the national championship. He went with flippin' and looked at the camera and did
what's your favorite substitute there?
I usually just say bleepin'. It's weird.
That's
but
usually the case.
I've learned to censor myself so well on the radio.
So Brunts and BC and myself started using friggin' a lot because Verduzco would use it
I remember that
all the time, and so then we were like, well, we're going to start using friggin'. So
here's what Vanini wrote in part in the story on The Athletic. Mendoza speaks like a coach or a politician, maybe better, laying everything out, often looking into the camera while delivering an answer. He has dropped words like migration and conglomerate in interviews over the past month, In a world where athletes are trained to say as little as possible for fear of going viral in a bad way, Mendoza seems to always deliver something. Alberto says people might think it's fake, but it's 100% him. And, you know, he talks about all the viral moments and things that he's had in interviews. So the point here is that I sort of happened upon last night is he's a weirdo. We've known this. And then I was thinking about his potential success as an NFL quarterback. And here's where I landed. I think he's going to be really good. I think he's going to be a really good NFL quarterback, in part, not completely because of, but in part because I think really good athletes and really good NFL quarterbacks in particular are kind of weird.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's always this kind of story about how these guys are behind the scenes. And one of the common factors is when they are the same behind the scenes as they are public facing,
Sure.
It always seems to work out. It always seems that those guys have pretty good careers and they're well liked by their teammates and all these different things. That makes sense because it's organic and it's natural for these people to be this way, and they become well liked teammates and good players. I'm sold on Fernando Mendoza.
So you offered something there that now has me wondering, and it's not a Mendoza thing exactly. We can get back to
That's
that.
fine.
But now because of how you phrase this. Is the problem for Josh Allen that he's too normal? He's not weird enough? Because think about like what you said. Tom Brady, ultimate weirdo.
Yes.
Peyton Manning, pretty weird.
Yes.
You could go more contemporary.
I mean, we there's a scale like total freak,
sure,
and
Aaron
like
Rodgers level.
like sort of
right.
lovable
Aaron
idiot.
Rodgers
Yeah, total freak.
Yeah. Well, that version of him has now been
Right.
revealed, even though someone will argue that in the chat.
Like the scale starts at lovable idiot.
Sure.
You know, and then total freak is the other side.
More contemporary or current, like Dak Prescott's kind of a weird dude.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good quarterback.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert.
Definitely.
Petting his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Not a normal thing.
Kind of
Pretty good
weirdo.
quarterback.
Mr. 9.
Joe Burrow. People were stunned during
Why does he wear
quarterback.
the things he wears? I don't know.
People were like stunned during quarterback that Joe Burrow had just like really large personality and is not like this stoic go win everything individual. There's actually a lot more happening there. Kind of a weirdo.
Kind of a weirdo.
Really good quarterback.
Yeah. I think you're right. It's because Josh Allen was one of the people I thought about when I was racing through this in my head last night. I was like, there's nothing weird about Josh Allen. He's way normal.
The weirdest thing is his path to being the best quarterback in the NFL is he played for a junior college and then Wyoming.
I guess so. Yeah. And he's very normal, and I want to hang out with him a lot.
Right.
But he's not a total freak weirdo, and maybe that's what's holding him back. He needs to be more polarizing.
Let himself loose.
He needs to be more.
Now Mahomes, I don't know if he's that weird. He seems like he's kind of weird.
He seems kind of weird.
He's
got the voice thing.
Yeah, it might just be that.
Yeah, and these are just qualities of people. But like, I don't know. There always is this story of, oh man,
Dylan Raiola was a weirdo.
Yeah, that's true. So that's a good point to mention. Just because they're weird doesn't mean they're good.
Success is not imminent.
Success is not
Kirk
imminent.
Cousins, strange guy.
He just goes to Coles.
Kirk Cousins isn't strange. He's just strange because he doesn't seem like he should be a quarterback.
I would say this, and this interestingly would apply to Raiola. Like the behind the scenes story is always this guy is always this person all the time. That was not the case with Raiola.
I never know with Raiola because there's elements of it that I think are similar, just based on correspondence and talking to different. And then there's elements that are clearly feel like they're put upon. And how you separate those, I don't know.
Debo says Andrew Luck, weird. Phillip Rivers, weird. 9, weird. That's true.
Again, not all weird means success.
Nathan's Jasker says nothing weird about Stafford, Breeze, or Brady besides Brady kissing his kids on the lips. Okay, so we're going to throw Brady off to the side.
Brady, very weird.
Stafford and Breeze, though, I need more from Michael on Drew Brees.
Well, he doesn't like him.
I know. He's a hater of Drew Brees. I don't know about Matt Stafford. He's got a
I
weird
don't know
wife.
on Stafford either. I'm sure Breeze has some like
Yeah,
OCD
so
tendencies
let's just say
or
this.
something.
The theory may not be like completely airtight.
All encompassed.
May not be completely airtight, but there's something in there, I think. And it is, in a roundabout weird way, made me sold on Fernando Mendoza.
Well, it's okay. Let's go back to the Mendoza piece of this. I think he feels like a really safe bet to at least be an above average quarterback.
I kind of
Like,
do
I think
too.
there's a lot happening upstairs, which I think is always valuable for your quarterback. I think he's a good enough athlete. I think he's a quick processor,
Yes.
which is probably the trait of his. Like, he doesn't have elite arm strength. He's maybe not going to be the most accurate. He's not going to be the fastest guy. But you combine like above average traits in all of those things with what seems to be incredibly quick processing.
Mhm.
Like, when he was in trouble last year, his brain could get to the answer really quickly when he needed to.
Yep.
Like, when chips were down, the dude made plays. He read defenses.
And he wasn't afraid to make throws.
And he wasn't afraid to do anything.
Yeah.
I got to tuck it and run here for one of the biggest plays of my career. No problem. I have to put this in the back of the end zone where only one guy's going to be able to catch it, and who knows if he can get his foot down. All right, it's our best chance. I made that decision in like 2 seconds.
Yep.
And then he has the physical ability to do it. I mean,
he made the throw of the year last year too in the back of the
Right.
in the back of the end
Yeah,
zone
that's
to
like
Omar
Penn State.
Cooper. Yeah, the touchdown. Wow.
And that's what I mean. Like, he's his ability to process and to get there is incredible. The one holdback for Mendoza has nothing to do with him. It's the organization of which he's drafted to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're very, very up and down.
I am
And so
concerned,
that is like a piece of this that it's hard to categorize. Now, you could also be like, all right, the Bengals for most of my life were pretty hit or miss. So then Joe Burrow goes there, it stabilizes it a little bit.
There's probably a bigger conversation too outside. I mean, and Mendoza is an example of this kind of doesn't fit in a box type of guy, doesn't fit in a box type of quarterback. Like, we've seen a lot of the built in a lab quarterbacks come and go now, the 5 stars who either, flamed out in college, never really, made it to be their potential in college, or some of them that actually did make it to the NFL and then just it didn't. They weren't able to fight through whatever adversity they were. Like Justin Fields turned into a glorified running back,
right?
And he was everything, incredibly, like, all the tools were there. 5-star, perfect
One tool
quarterback.
wasn't there. He couldn't read defense,
yeah, right.
which was evident.
But
in
he had
his college career.
he had the physical traits, right? Like,
absolutely.
Which is why I believe he was a 100 on. Like, he was like a perfect recruit on all the recruiting websites.
Yeah, I mean, he, from a physical standpoint, he has every gift known to man.
And so there's probably something in there of like, maybe you don't exactly want to be like, you'll give up something in the physical category to have this ability to kind of fight through, whatever it might be. I don't know. Those are all, and I think Mendoza has, he came from, kind of nothing, and his star rose in a year, and he obviously was inside the Indiana thing, which is a huge win for him and his career. But he might not have everything from a measurable standpoint, but gosh, I do think he can make plays.
Yeah, I trust that he's going to go out there. I think the Raiders' approach with it is interesting. It does seem like Cousins is going to start for at least the first handful of games. They're going to give Mendoza a little bit of time to work his way into it. But I think he has all the traits. Like I said, the only drawback for me is the organization is not exactly pristine.
Right.
When it
not the
comes
best
to this stuff. But at least you have a new coach situation too. Like, I feel better about this than if it was Pete Carroll again.
Definitely.
Or
he doesn't go into a stale deal.
And Kubiak is coming off of helping set up Sam Darnold for a ton of success. So,
maybe he's this year's Mike McD.
I think that Mendoza certainly has the ability to go out and do what Sam Darnold did for the Vikings or the Seahawks. And I think that's the low end of what his outcome could be.
Here's Kevin on the text line. Baker Mayfield having the highest ceiling for being a relatively normal person. So Baker is not normal. Baker is a freak. Baker's crazy.
The man. Okay, so
he's ready to fight dudes wearing face paint in the tunnels.
So he he's playing in Cleveland. He goes to a then Cleveland Indians playoff baseball game. He gets on the big screen. Someone chucks a beer to him. He catches it. In one motion, has his keys out, punches the hole, shotguns the beer, and just does this like completely naturally.
Yeah. You got to be wired a different
normal
way.
for a lot of people. That's not normal quarterback behavior. And in addition to that,
like if I had a like a Tampa Bay Bucks honk podcast, I'd be like, look at that. Look at the way he processed it. You know, he just takes it, one motion, bang, shotgun. It's perfect.
I think the thing about Baker is his like unwavering confidence that he can do whatever is put in front of him is, you know, out there, even for quarterbacks, which tend to be the most confident people imaginable.
Absolutely. Okay, so then we have this list as well. Speaking of NFL quarterbacks, it's always a topic that we love to talk about on this show as people
love quarterback
are starting to arrive here at Miracle Hill, which is absolutely fantastic. We have our fantastic sponsor, T-Box, which has arrived as well. The carts are out and getting ready to go at the moment. 2027 NFL quarterback prediction, 16 teams with questions. So what jumped out to you on this list?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just get this one out of the way early, but for the Minnesota Vikings, it's sort of find out what happens with Kyler Murray in 2026. However, what they have in here is their long shot outcome as well. And this is a long shot outcome, and I have to tell you, this is my nightmare. Murray gets hurt and or struggles. McCarthy steps in to replace him, and light goes on.
Oh, no.
McCarthy plays the way the Vikings hope he would when they drafted him and picks up a fifth-year, and Minnesota picks up fifth-year option, confidently anoints him the starter for 2027.
Is this the – okay, so this is
my nightmare.
It's called long shot outcome. That should be disaster outcome.
For me.
Yeah.
For anybody that roots for Minnesota.
Is Kyler on a one-year deal?
He's on a one-year deal, and they can't tag him. So they would have to negotiate a contract extension before he hit the open market.
So you might think when you hear that long shot idea play out, oh, I mean, that's great. You found your answer at quarterback. Wrong.
Nope.
People, we have seen too much. Like Vikings fans have seen too much at this point. There's certain things you just can't erase from your brain.
No.
And so like, this is how it works. This is how it works with coaches. This is how it works with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right. If you see something that you just can't unsee, it's going to be very, very difficult to get back.
Yeah, I operate in the see something, say something. I saw something and then I talked about it a lot with how bad JJ McCarthy was.
So he's never coming back for you.
It would require I don't even know how it would happen. I would have to talk myself into it.
What would you want to do to prevent JJ McCarthy to return coming back to Minnesota?
Well, there's nothing I'm going to do, Joey. I'm just here in Omaha. I have nothing to do with it. But it's be more so like talking yourself into the 50, because this is what happens. Like you
happens
make that
very
decision,
fast. Yes.
And then it's like, oh, well, I guess we have to offer him a $45 million a year contract.
Well, you have to guard against this idea that like teams are very, very like when they get the smell that they might have a franchise quarterback, all of a sudden they start dumping resources and actions into the thing that makes it go that direction. You're almost willing it into existence,
right?
Which is really what you don't want, unless you're really sure.
Yeah, I would rather ride the quarterback merry-go-round, which has been most of my entire life with the Minnesota Vikings. People wonder why I like Kirk Cousins as much as I do. That's the most stability they've had at that position in my lifetime.
Steady.
Not even Dante Culpepper?
Yeah, I mean, Culpepper was a 5-year run, basically.
Okay.
And then he tore his ACL and got traded to the Dolphins, and that was that. So the thing of it for me is just I would much rather cycle through until you have someone you trust than just be like, okay, well, this guy had a good 6-game stretch. We're going to make him our starter for 2027, even though he lacks a lot of the things that you kind of need to be successful in the NFL.
Yeah.
Starting with accuracy. We'll just go with that one.
Yeah, he doesn't have that.
But he definitely hits the weirdo category. So I guess there's that.
That is true.
But there's some other ones in here. So like the Houston Texans, like what do they do with CJ Stroud if you miss the playoffs? And like, he's clearly a problem again.
Look who it is.
Oh, wow. Is he playing in this event today?
No way.
Or did he just show up to talk about Drew Brees?
Hey, Michael, is Drew Brees a weirdo? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's
He
right.
said, don't give up
Don't
on
give up
JJ.
on 9.
Don't give up on JJ. That's fantastic.
I'm a little late for that.
Yeah, let's do the CJ Stroud thing because he was on TV last night too.
Yeah.
And he's recently most famous for walking weird into training camp.
Totally forgot that.
Another weirdo.
Another weirdo for sure.
I mean, that gait is not a normal gait.
no.
And also, again, when someone compared him to like an 8th grader,
Yeah.
like with the big
Like
shirt,
an
and
oversized
yeah,
8th grader.
Oh,
yes,
man.
for sure.
that tracked for me.
He got a haircut recently. People are interested in that. I don't know. I really don't know how you play this out if you're the Houston Texans.
Right. And like, it's not like he was bad last year during the regular season, 19 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. He just hasn't been as good or as impactful as he was as a rookie. And then he had the horrendous playoff game where, bad weather, decent Patriots team, all of that combined
So
to make him look really bad.
But
I don't know what you do with this.
Isn't he close to the all right, he's good enough to where we could play it out with him,
right,
and our defense is awesome and we like our infrastructure, and I don't think they view him as a person who's going to kill them. I don't think they view him as a person who is going to absolutely tank their
But is he
offense.
going to
So
raise things up for him?
It does not appear that way.
So then the reason that this is even a
But is that
conversation-
enough to cut bait with a
Right.
quarterback?
He's good enough to be an NFL starter. Like, that's not the question I have in my mind. The question is, you're getting to the point where you have to make the decision, how much are we willing to pay this guy?
Yep.
And he's taken you to the playoffs once, maybe twice. He's been solid, but he hasn't been great. There's enough cracks in there that you can't just unequivocally say this is our franchise quarterback. But you're going to have to turn around and maybe pay him $40 million a year. That's a tough decision when you're also trying to build out as a defensive coach your giant defense with all these playmakers and everything else. Like, once that rookie scale contract, like, we love talking about rookie quarterback contracts, but when that ends and that guy is the 25th best quarterback in the league and you're going to pay him 38 to 45 million, like, that's hard to do.
Your team is winning though. And
well, that's the thing. You have to build your team in a certain way.
You are deciding what is the thing. Like, could it be worse?
Yeah.
After, or could it be a lot better? Or like, you're giving up.
Well, and
you're giving up a floor to try to achieve a ceiling.
To be clear, there's quarterbacks that have had worse first 3 years of their career than CJ Stroud and have turned it around and played really well. One of them just won the Super Bowl this last year. That doesn't mean the book is written on him. He wasn't someone I believed in initially.
Yeah, I don't think he's like a.
That's the problem I have, is I'm now back to where I was, where I thought he was probably overdrafted.
You could maybe convince me that Darnold is an interesting one to bring up. Like, I would like to hear the case for if he gets a change of scenery, what
for Stroud,
his career.
You give him a different head coach and offensive head coach.
I've always said with him, like, I just feel like defensive head coaches and like they just completely stutter the growth of a quarterback and an offense.
Potential.
And they have weapons. So like you could probably take me down that road and I would go with you. He needs a change of scenery and his career takes on a different light. He's talented.
He's definitely talented. It's been maybe a little bit unfortunate with the rash of injuries they've had at wide receiver. He hasn't had the most consistent amount of time to work with guys like Nico Collins, and then they just lost another one. Higgins just tore his ACL, I think.
Jaden Higgins. Yeah.
Jaden Higgins, yeah. So, I mean, the offensive weapons around him have not – it's not like he's surrounded with elite talent, but at the same time – you're the guy. Like, if you're going to invest 35 to 40 million in you, I think you probably have to see a little bit more than what you've seen so far.
This was ESPN's long shot outcome on him. Stroud totally flops in year 4, either because of injury or ineffectiveness. He finishes the season on the bench as Davis Mills steps in to replace him. Houston misses the playoffs and brings someone else in, either a draft pick or free agent, to compete with Stroud in camp in 2027, and the extension talks remain on hold. That's the long shot outcome is what they call it. The most likely one is that they're playoff contenders again, maybe even winning the division again. He looks a little bit more like himself, and Houston gives him a long-term contract extension next year, which is, I think, the way this is probably headed.
Probably, but then they're going to, they're going to be in that like, okay, is he really worth this? Do we really need to do this?
And what's our long-term
Right.
future look like, and what's our ceiling? Are we trying to win a Super Bowl? Are we trying to just be a good team every year? And can we make a really great team?
Can we build a good enough team if he's making this much of our cap?
With CJ Stroud as our quarterback? Right. Any other interesting ones before we take a break here?
Your Panthers is kind of fun. How'd you feel about that? That route?
I didn't like how the long shot one was him being good. That was not fair. I did not like that.
That's understandable.
The long shot option for the Panthers was like, oh yeah, he's good, and he gets an extension, and everything works out fine. I thought that was going to be the most likely outcome, but apparently not.
The other one in here that's interesting to me is the Jared Goff one, because like if the Lions aren't good, but Goff is still pretty good, you're in a weird spot with that team, because if they have another year where they don't go to the playoffs, they kind of have to make some tough decisions, I think, at that point, because they've invested a lot of money in that roster.
Yeah. All right. Want to hear from you guys. 402-951-1620. Prairie Fire Casino Zone hotline is open for you. We're live in Miracle Hill. We're an hour away from our shotgun start, so people will start rolling in here quickly. We got the carts out. We got the games out. We are pretty much ready to rock and roll. It is a beautiful morning here at the inaugural 1620 The Zone golf tournament, which we are very excited about. I wanted to ask you a question next. Will Nebraska, or what is Michael shaking his head about?
He's texting me about J.J. McCarthy. I just sent back J.J. equals trash.
You could just talk, Michael.
No, I know. You make good points on the offensive line.
I have been a Stroud enjoyer, but man, it's he's one of those guys where I've seen some stuff, and I don't.
For JJ, you can't judge a guy on 10 games. We've learned that. Baker.
No, I'm not judging him on 10 games.
It's 10 games. That's all you saw.
They judged to give him they made him a top 10 pick.
That's
off
fine.
Of 15 games.
That's fine. A lot of guys have been that way.
Oh, that's terrible.
Quarterback.
You
At quarterback.
don't have success with that.
Some of them have success. Most don't.
Yeah.
If it's under that money.
Give me the Parcells model.
I completely agree with that. It's changed because of portal and everything else.
I know.
But you can't say that he is a complete washout based off of what you seen in the NFL.
He's a washout for the Vikings.
For the Vikings, maybe. Well, no, Kyler Murray last 2 games. Come on.
Well,
again, he's as big as my youngest child. So
did you see the AI video of Kyler Murray being 2 feet tall and waddling around?
Is he that big? I mean, that's little. I mean, that's a stretch. He's not quite that big.
Well, my son can wear his authentic jersey.
He hopes so. Yeah, it's a little tight probably on him. I just don't think he's done. He's not done yet. They're just throwing him on the trash heap.
He's not out of the league.
He's a good athlete.
Yeah.
He's a winner at every level he's been at. He won at high school state championships. He won a national championship in college.
I can think of a level that he's not winning at.
Yet.
Well,
What if Schaefer's trying to kick him out of the league? I think what you're
trying
to
kick him out of the league.
You're trying to say
off the Vikings.
You don't want him to be your quarterback right now.
He's not a fit for what they do.
If he played with if he played 5 more games and he got to 20 in college, then it would be a difference. Because 20 is the cutoff, right?
Some of it though is
does he end up at Brown and just give him, you give him 6 games this year or something like that?
No, he's going to play for the Vikings.
My largest contention is that
or he'll
he
be bad.
Is not a guy that's going to make a bunch of plays for you.
That's just it. He does. He makes plays with his legs. He can throw the ball deep.
It's hard for me when your quarterback threw for 80-some yards in a top 10 game against Penn State. It's just not a guy that I can trust.
Yeah.
In an offense where you asked your quarterback to do it.
There have been a lot of good quarterbacks in college that have had horrible games.
Well,
I will point out Peyton Manning.
There's horrible games is one thing, but people point at him for winning a national title.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the reason they won the national title.
Yeah, he made plays. I mean, he made plays with his legs. He had third down plays.
Krenzel made plays.
Well, we're talking about Mendoza. Mendoza didn't have this incredible Heisman season. Look at his numbers. He had good touchdowns.
Good numbers.
He had good touchdown numbers, but many times he wasn't winning the game for them. Their pass rush. They had 2 running backs who both played last night. Yeah, and when he had to make a play, he made a play.
I would take Mendoza over McCarthy.
Because he got more starts
every week
in college. That's why
he's a better passer.
Who's a bigger weirdo?
McCarthy can't throw a 5-yard out.
He can throw a 5-yard out.
Well, yeah, physically he can throw
it. He can throw a 5-yard out. Yes, he can throw a 5-yard out. I guarantee you right now he can come out here and throw a 5-yard out to tbox.com.
Maybe he can make a 5-foot putt.
I'm enjoying this endorsement of J.J. McCarthy.
I hope he practices every game.
Michael's
agree
here.
with that.
Michael, thank you for putting on a headset. We always appreciate this. We'll take a quick timeout. I have a question for Mike Schaefer regarding Nebraska football. After this, it is: are they going? Schaefer or Michael's hopping in the Ranger cart. Please take a picture of this. Incredible. Should Nebraska be interested in any players in NFL training camps?
Well, sure.
After this on 1620 The Zone.
This is Happer and Schaefer on 1620 The Zone.
All right, the breakfast burritos from Early Bird are out. The golfers are arriving, and we're getting ready for golf here at Miracle Hill in less than 1 hour. I'm starting to see the golfers show up. I've seen practice putts being hit. I went to get my putter out of the car during the break, and so I'm ready to hit practice putts. I am very excited about this. I did bring golf balls, by the way, as well. Our breakfast burritos were awesome.
Yeah, excellent.
Excellent.
Breakfast burritos. Early Bird does a great job.
Joey, you would say for me?
Yes, definitely for me.
Early Bird breakfast burritos
I love
are
burritos.
for me.
I love burritos.
And they're for you.
Yes,
if
they are.
You are in our 1620 The Zone golf tournament.
Yeah. And then you can get yourself a breakfast burrito. You can enjoy it and get yourself on the putting green. We got some of the vendors, some of the sponsors out here getting stuff set up as well. Things are rolling. We are a little less than an hour away from the start of this golf.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the prizes that you could potentially win and the raffles and the whole prizes and things like that as well. Man, it looks good. We have our ranger Michael Severe out here, who's sponsoring hole 17. He's also giving us a signed football.
Whoa. Wow.
We're giving it away, Michael? Okay. How do we want to give it away?
Okay.
He just gave me this signed football to give away. Man, this has got some autographs on it. Oh. It's got some Hall of Famers. Holy smokes, Heisman Trophy winners.
Billy White shoes.
How do you think we want to give this football away?
I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. But someone is going to go home with this football.
Something to do with this putting green.
Yeah.
Something.
You want to put your burrito hands on the backside of it to not smudge up.
I wiped my burrito hands. Okay, so
I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want you to smudge up this nice looking football. I'm trying to figure out who else is on this.
I mean, you could decipher it if you'd like to.
All right,
we could decipher it if you'd like to. But we're here at Miracle Hill. We're ready to go. Cody writes in, maybe JJ should go back for his 5th year. What a great idea. He can now go back to college because apparently everyone can go to college.
Do you think they would allow him after 2 years of being gone? He'd just be able to be like, well, it technically would have been my 5th year.
I think if you sue or go in some sort of an agreement in court, you could do anything.
So there was a story that was out that I chose not to read that was effectively why Diego Pavia isn't getting involved in the latest round of lawsuits.
Oh, what did it say?
I chose not to read it because I didn't want to know. I was just happy that the headline was telling me he wasn't going to be involved.
Okay.
So there's that at least. Some people have exhausted eligibility.
Yes, I believe Diego Pavia wouldn't be involved because he is played
37th year senior.
He has played at least 6 years of college football already, and the people
that hasn't stopped people from getting extra years.
The people that are coming back though are all
the 5-year variety.
4th year. They just finished their 4th year, so they'd be coming back for their 5th year.
Yeah,
potentially. Maybe there's a couple extenuating circumstances in there as well, but I don't know.
So what position would you think would be most valuable for Nebraska if they could add somebody from NFL training camp?
That's what a question. What a question, first of all. If you could take somebody off an NFL, I mean, it sounds like an old school sports
really
topic. Because if you could take somebody off an NFL roster right now and put them on Nebraska's football team, what would you do? Who would you take? But
just go by position, though.
I mean, the easy answer is running back.
Yeah, running back, I think, is the most obvious.
Yeah.
I think the next most obvious is probably defensive line. Like, if you could get an edge rusher that is a pass rusher, and you put him in the mix at Nebraska, I think that would be a big boon to that defense. And then from there,
a lockdown corner.
Well, that's the other thing. You get somebody opposite of Andrew Marshall. That would be nice. You got an impactful safety that returned. That could be helpful. A linebacker that makes plays could be. So there's
the positions
no
that
shortage.
The positions that it's not offensive line.
Yeah, I don't think you take any linemen.
If you could only take one, it's like we got to find the most value.
I don't think you're taking a quarterback.
I mean, you could make the case to me that you'd take a quarterback from.
That'd be strange, right?
It would be very strange.
You're spending $1 million on the guy that's going to be your starter. It doesn't make sense to me, anyways. To take a quarterback. I don't think you take a wide receiver because you have your receivers. I don't know that you would take a tight end, though. Maybe it's not that Luke Lindenmeyer is so good that he's irreplaceable. It's just a value thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to get the most out of it, you're looking for a defensive end, I think, or a running back. Really,
Alex Lincoln says Ashton Genty. You just take Ashton Genty.
that would be fun.
Look at that. He's got the football going. Excellent. We're gonna find a way to give that away somehow. I don't know how, but we will.
Or JJ McCarthy's going to come here and prove he can throw a 5-yard out with the football.
That would be great.
If JJ McCarthy showed up and threw that ball, and we said hit that tee box sign right there, and he did it successfully.
You could play catch with your favorite quarterback, Schaefer.
I wouldn't want to. He throws it too hard. He'd break my fingers.
Wow.
That's the problem.
Everybody do a peace sign. Let's go. We're here. We're ready to go. Oh, the fellas are here.
People are rolling in.
Let's go.
This is what you want to see.
The other thing about this is I haven't been I don't know who's playing.
I don't either.
I don't know.
I know a few people have reached out to me and like, hey, I'll see you on Friday. I'm playing in this event. My wife is playing.
Awesome.
She's here playing.
So,
but there's,
we'll
see who rolls in. I was kind of hoping they would gate it off and then it'd be like the running of the Bama fans when they go in.
Or the Dallas Cowboys fans running in when they
Right.
for standing room only.
a good one. Yeah. Instead, we get sort of like a red carpet situation where they just kind of walk in and
stagger their way.
get ready to go. All right. We're excited. 7:42, which means we got less than an hour before we start things up here at Miracle Hill. Cutwater, T-Box, all out here sponsoring this fine tournament today. Drop by and see them. If you are playing in the tournament, drop by and see them and get registered for whatever they got going on. I see a big wheel over at Cutwater, which is absolutely – I love a big wheel on a golf course. I love the new trend. I don't know if we have one of these today, but I do love the new trend of the cannons.
Oh, yeah.
I played.
I was going to send. So when Joey was asking for photos, one of the things I found is this video of me shooting a musket that has been modified to shoot a golf ball.
Yes, I did that recently.
Guys. Yeah,
I have a picture of me.
I'm also wearing a bonnet while doing it.
Fantastic. So we are very, very excited. Where did we land on? Nebraska adds one player from the NFL. Is a running back.
The running back would be the ideal, I think.
I think so too. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. Joey has headlines
still
right after this on 1620 The Zone.
Happer and Schaefer on 1620 The Zone.
All right, the folks are showing up. You would have to be a fool to not be playing in our 1620 The Zone golf tournament today. The vibes are absolutely fantastic. We are ready to go, seeing faces. We got John from Salina, Kansas. We got Wes, who's in the house, Cindelar, Kenneth, everybody. Everybody is here. We are absolutely rocking and rolling today, but we could go no further without Joey's headlines.
Yes.
Joey, what do we got today?
Headline number 1, Belgian former car salesman who's 26 quietly becomes a prince.
Okay, I'm interested. I'm interested in what it might take to become a prince.
Yep.
Okay. Second.
Headline number 2, escaped sheep boards parked bus goes through car wash.
While funny, potentially a good video.
But how did it end up in there in the first place? Who knows?
Okay.
Who was
that's
the
a good-
bus?
Who knows?
Was the bus going to be going through the car wash either way?
Yeah. Did the bus get washed or did the sheep get washed?
You got to click on the link to
No,
find out.
I'm going to go to the Belgian car salesman.
We're going to find out how to become princes.
Belgium has a new prince after the 26-year-old former car salesman was recognized by the king's brother as his son. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, but his first name is Clement. He reportedly joined the royal family in February in a low-key town hall ceremony, which was disclosed Wednesday. The ceremony was required for him to become a prince. Prince Laurent, King Philip's younger brother, this is in Belgium, yes, last year publicly acknowledged this young man, Clement, who was born during Laurent's 7-year relationship with Flemish former model turned singer Iris van der Kruijshoff. That's the last. There is a lot of stuff going on in the Belgian royal family that I had no idea even existed. I didn't even know that the Belgian royal family was a thing.
I wasn't aware as well.
Were they in attendance to watch the Belgium team just demolish the hopes and dreams of the United States?
Maybe.
They were in Seattle.
So the monarchy of
I think
Belgium.
this is pronounced Vanderkove.
You sound like you definitely know.
Well, I had it in my head, and then I went to say it, and I lost it on the screen.
So what did the king? What does the
Vandenkerko.
monarchy of Belgium do? What are they?
What does any monarchy do?
They're
They
for
represent
show,
They're
right?
just
being
there.
a lineage of family that somehow was determined to be more important than others.
Yeah. So it's just for
Show. Yeah, they don't have any, I would assume. Well, they might have some political power, but they don't have any actionable political power, if that makes sense.
I do like this idea. People
They
rip
can't
on.
throw you in the stocks or something.
People hate royal families because it's very American to hate royal families.
Agreed.
It's very
Yes.
un-American to
Not for
like
me.
royal families, I suppose.
I'm with Joey on this.
But I find it funny and mildly interesting that there is just this appointed family that because it's basically what you get is just to be a celebrity.
Yeah.
You get to live in a really big house. Now, I certainly don't have to care about what you're doing, and I won't. But it's
what you're describing is self-made billionaire Kylie Jenner.
that's right. That's basically what we have right now.
She got to be a princess and live in a big house and become a self-made billionaire.
And to have media follow her around and things of that nature. Yeah.
That's American royalty,
That's American royalty.
which is also why everyone hates us.
our royals are just the Jenner family.
Pretty much. And again,
Or the
we've earned that
Kardashians.
scorn and hatred from afar.
Yeah, that's fair, man. So I think we learned a lot, I suppose, in our headline today about the Belgian monarchy.
We sure did.
Which I didn't know existed. Do we?
We have a little time. We can still click on the sheep one.
Yeah,
if we wanted to.
I do want to now learn about the sheep. An escaped sheep boarded a bus parked in Germany and took a trip through a giant-sized car wash before being reunited with its owner. The Coesfeld police said on social media that the sheep escaped from its pasture and wandered onto bus company RVM's property in Lundighausen. The sheep climbed aboard a parked bus that had been left unlocked and was discovered by the vehicle's driver when they returned to do a walkthrough for litter. RVM contacted local police and rancher Stefan Neighbor, who was later identified as the sheep's owner by a plastic tag in the sheep's ear. Bus company officials said the sheep took a ride through the facility's bus-sized car wash while waiting for its owner to arrive. The animal remained calm and cooperative throughout its brief bus trip. Neighbor was able to transfer the sheep to a trailer for safe transport home. And the spokesman of the bus car company said employees were delighted by the unexpected passenger, and the sheep will get an article in the next issue of the company's employee magazine.
Man, I never got to write about fun stuff like this.
Schaefer,
train.
You're missing out.
Schaefer, I will have you know that Schaefer, in part, is the author of many things, but most importantly, our 1620 The Zone newsletter
Yeah.
that you get. I want you to be able to write about a story like this one day.
We need something.
Just
Well,
right
the best
here.
opportunity would have been the abandoned cat.
We
But
should,
really,
there
outside
should
of
be a
sentence saying
segment.
someone left a kitten in a box.
There really should
in
be
the
a
trash.
segment in the newsletter that we send out every week
I thought
of like, here's what's going on around the office. Here are some weird things that have happened.
I was going to want Schaefer to reshare his golf cart incident.
It could have been. It could have been.
It could have been in there. Yeah,
Do you want me to write an awesome or like an office gossip column?
kind of.
Okay.
Like
I'm not
it's-
looking into that.
we part of the allure, at least some of it, is there's a reality show sort of aspect about all of us bumbling idiots having these jobs and talking on the radio all the
Do
time.
you want me to just do here's what Matt McMaster did in the last 3 days? Sort of.
It's an option.
Back, yeah.
Here's a list of the things that
Yep.
Mac McMaster left in where he wasn't supposed to leave them.
Yeah, yesterday it was his keys in my office.
He was so annoyed when you came in and put those in
Yeah,
front
and
of
then
him.
And we buzzed right through it.
Yeah.
We didn't want to throw him under the bus. There will be time for that. All right. Those are the headlines, Joey. We appreciate it. We have a special guest coming up on the other side. Jay Moore is the new analyst for the Nebraska football radio broadcasts, and he joins the show via the phone. Coming up next on Happer and Schaefer on 1620 The Zone.
This is Happer and Schaefer on 1620 The Zone.
All right, welcome back. More of Happer and Schaefer here on 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com, and the Zone Radio Network. I'm Connor Happer alongside Mike Schaefer and Joey Waracola. What a perfect time to bring in our guests. We are at Miracle Hill. We're getting ready for the 1620 The Zone golf tournament. People are showing up. We're like a half hour away from our shotgun start, and we are joined now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline for a man who is very familiar with the sport of golf. Jay Moore, the new Nebraska color analyst for the radio broadcast, joins us now. Jay, good morning. Thanks for doing this. How are you?
Good. Yeah, everything's great this morning. It's Friday, and thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. All right, so take us back to whenever you caught wind or first heard that this could be an option for you, joining the Nebraska radio broadcast. You've been in around the media for a while now. What was it like to sort of get that call and the emotions of it, or if there was any, like how'd it go on that day?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it happened very, very quickly, just because. I mean, once Damon made the decision to take the full-time position with the staff, which was 2 weeks ago tomorrow. I think the news kind of came out, and I had some people involved in the media just like say, hey, would you have and not anyone's university. It's like, hey, Damon stepping down, if you get, do you think he'd be interested? I'm like, oh, of course I'd be interested. But my mind immediately went to, I'm sure there's people a lot more qualified than me to take the spot. Well, kind of go 3 days later, that Tuesday, someone from the university texted me and said, hey, would you be interested? And then we hopped on a call, and I said, yeah, I'm 100% interested. I do have a couple scheduling conflicts just with prior things I've already gotten planned that I just can't get out of. So if that's going to be a problem, you just let me know. They said no. This late in the game, we honestly thought, you would have more conflicts. We just know people are going to have issues when we're talking 3 weeks before the first game. So fast forward a couple days, I go down to the stadium on Thursday, kind of meet with the whole media team, Jessica, Kyle, Keith Mann, other people that are in production. And after about a 10-minute conversation, they offered me the job. And I said, okay, well, I guess we're doing this. And I hadn't even my wife knew I was going down to interview, but I didn't think I was going to, get offered the job on the spot. I thought it was going to maybe, hey, thanks for coming in. We chit-chatted. We have a few other individuals who we are looking to interview. We'll get back to you in a week, or we'll get back to you on Monday or something like that. It just happened super fast. And then I was back down there on Monday this last week to do some headshots and record something for Sports Nightly. And obviously the decision was made on Tuesday, or the announcement was made on Tuesday. And it's been kind of a whirlwind. Obviously a lot of congratulations, and I'm just very, very extremely grateful for the opportunity, and just to be still involved with the football program to some extent after playing there. And, it's crazy to think my senior year was 20 years ago. So but to have, show up at the stadium and be able to call the games now is just an awesome opportunity.
Talking with Jay Moore here, the new voice of, or the color analyst for the Husker broadcast for football games this fall. Jay, have you had an opportunity to work with Kyle much? Do you feel like you have a pretty good rapport already with him? Because that's obviously one of the biggest things in a position like this.
Yeah, other than doing an interview for Sports Nightly, that's kind of the first time him and I have chatted back and forth. I think there's going to be some learning going on in the first game. I can't do the second home game, the Bowling Green game, so we'll kind of get our bearings for the first game. And I think I'm going down there next Tuesday and just chit chat some more stuff, because obviously there's just more to the game. And but no, I haven't. So my best is to let him do his thing. Right? He's obviously a professional. He's super qualified, and he's really, really good at what he does. I'm sure we'll be some times we're stepping on each other's toes in there, but my job is to keep it super short and sweet and let him kind of call it and portray the picture to the fans on the radio, on the broadcast, and fill in what and give him my quick 5-second synopsis of what I saw from a football mind, and then let him get back to doing his thing. So it's going to be there's going to be some, I don't want to say growing pains, but I just think, there's going to be a learning process that's going to go in, because when I'm going to do a game, then not do a game, and then I'll hop back into it for the rest of the season. So, so to answer your question, Shape, no, other than doing an interview last Monday, that's kind of the first time him and I have actually even chatted on air.
Jay, one of the things that I think we said right off the bat, and it's very, very noticeable with you, is the passion for Nebraska football and the love for Nebraska football burns through. I mean, obviously you've lived it, you wore the jersey, and now have been, around the program, at least in some capacity, for a long time. That will show through on a Nebraska football broadcast. There's no doubt about it. So I would say this, I'll just tee it up for you. If there's one thing, whether it's the lack of chemistry or experience or whatever it might be, you have the one thing that's most important and that people can tell. It is the passion for Nebraska football. And I think that is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, absolutely. If I was, didn't care as much, if I, was pessimistic, like, about the program or whatever it is, it probably isn't a great opportunity for me. But like I said, I live and die by this program. It's, frustrating at times. I said, I hate that I love it so much sometimes, because the results haven't been there. We're what we want it to be and what we're used to from past history. But no, I ultimately care. I truly do care about every single coach on staff, every single player. I want to see them have the most success as possible, because being a part of this, and I think everyone knows just how great this state is when football is having success. We saw how awesome it was this past winter with the basketball team. And then if we can just get that, make them that next jump, and everyone just can experience that. I mean, it's just such a awesome place to be when it's the only show in town and you are having success, you're winning games, you're beating people you're not supposed to beat. It's so much fun to be around and just be a part of.
So Jay, I mean, give us your thoughts kind of on the upcoming season ahead. I mean, you obviously follow this thing closely. You've been involved now with media stuff for a little while and involved with Big Red Wrap Up and all of that. What are your kind of thoughts heading into this year? One of the things Happer and I were just talking about earlier today, something we really like about this team, the thing that probably gives us the most hope for this team, is just the experience that they bring back. But what stands out for you when you look at 2026 Nebraska?
Yeah, that's one of them. I think people forget how young this team was just last year. And the older the team, you look at the teams who are in the college football playoff, older teams, more experienced teams, and that's going to help. But second, that was honestly I'm the most excited for is we got better on on the lines of scrimmage. Obviously on the offensive line, I think that's huge. I don't care how great your quarterback, your running backs are, how good your linebackers and secondary are. You better have a really good offensive line and a really good defensive line. That's how you got to function. That's how great teams win. So you look at the additions from the offensive line with Black, Mabenga, and Boblade, and then you have Gatula coming in and compete, and you got Pritchett, you got Black, right? So you have a ton of snaps being played up there. Now you mix in a quarterback who can use his feet, and now it's 11-on-11 football instead of 10-on-11 football like it had been for the last couple of years. The wide receiver room is strong, the tight end room strong. You got a stable of running backs who can do a lot of different things. But ultimately, that all is predicated on how good the offensive line is going to be, and I think it's going to be a really good product. I think Jeep Wade's a fantastic football coach.
Jay, did I see something on the internet about you winning a club championship within the last 3 days here?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. That's correct. At Firethorn. Yep. Last Friday and Saturday was our club championship.
You don't have to. Hey, you don't have to play it cool with us. I mean, it should be known, and this is part of a radio. It could be part of a radio broadcast too. You got a guy in the booth who is a heck of a golfer, and so I wonder what happens to the golf game now that we have to dedicate more time back to trying to be on the radio.
Yeah, there's going to be some Saturdays going to be a little different. Usually played a good amount of golf in the fall on Saturdays. That's going to be different. It's all right. That's totally fine. I'll find my other ways to scratch that itch, and whether it's on Sundays or throughout the week, I'll try to do my best to sneak out. And obviously, traveling with the team on away games on Fridays, so that kind of takes another day away from doing that. So, it's. But I tell you what, it is what it is. This opportunity is too good to pass up. If I have to, if I can't play golf, 10 or 11 times less than in the fall than what I've done previously, so be it. I'm sure a lot of people would, want to be in my shoes, be sitting up there in those booths and calling games from that viewpoint, and being at Oregon and Michigan State and Rutgers and Iowa. So I'll trade that for sure.
So Jay, we got a bunch of golfers sitting in carts getting ready to be sent out here for a scramble event at Miracle Hill. What advice would you give people playing today? You a decent golfer. We've golfed a time or two. I think you got me by about 30 some strokes. But, what advice would you give the good people as they go into a scramble today?
Yeah, stay hydrated.
Nice.
And I'm not, it could be a multiple of drinks of choice. I think scrambles are supposed to be fun. Order of play is very important. However you want to do, you want your best putter to go last, third, or whatever it is. You want your best player to go last in the order. That order is important, and you got to get some momentum and get some flow. But if you can't, if you're feeling like you're lagging up, you got to switch up that order a little bit. But ultimately, you got to stay hydrated, have fun, and hopefully. I don't know what the mulligan situation is out there or in those scrambles, or they got string or whatever it is. But those scrambles are so much fun. You got your buddies out there, and I'm sure there's going to be the juices will be flowing, the cocktails will be flowing, a lot of birdie shots. I'm assuming will be going down. So you got to get the order right, but ultimately you got to stay hydrated and find that drink of choice. And if it's not working, find a different cocktail to change it up to get that momentum going.
Yeah, switch it up. I
Just
like
keep
it.
cycling.
I'm sure you've been asked this. We'll let you go on this, Jay, one or two times over the last week or so. Will there be J math? We had Damon math.
Oh, man.
Will there be J math on the broadcast?
Yeah, I've been asked this. I'll try to work it in. I don't think so.
That's a good decision.
I work in math every day. I'm in finance, so if I can keep it out and take a break from that, I think I will. I joked I might try to sneak a couple in there, just maybe the first game, just to give a shot to Damon, because I know that's what he liked to do. But I can't foresee myself doing that with minusing the numbers, with the yardage, and whatever it is. That I don't know. My brain can't calculate that fast sometimes, especially. So I'll probably leave that to Damon and find something else that I can rely on.
You'll find something. There's no doubt about that. Jay, we appreciate it. Thanks for dropping by. Congratulations, and we look forward to hearing you on the calls this year.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Jay Moore, the former Husker and now the radio analyst on the Nebraska football broadcast, with great advice for our golfers today as well. Get the order right, keep the drinks flowing, everything in moderation, change it up, and if it ain't working, you guys get the bullet points.
You're a veteran of scrambles.
Yes. I've never won one, but I would like to.
You never won a scramble?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I got people who can hear this right now who I play in scrambles with every year. And they're like, "No, you've never won one." That's right. You've never won one.
I have been on several winning teams, not because of me necessarily, but the order thing is actually really important. I played in enough of these where sometimes you play with four people and nobody really cares who's hitting, and I think I'm OCD enough that I kind of want the order to be similar.
You have to,
unless things aren't going well, and then you just throw it wide open.
Every group has its own thing, right? You have to find the appropriate balance of like how much are we locking in here to how much are we, letting the drinks go.
You want to talk about locked in?
I would say, we have to talk about this. And
we do.
Yes. We have Chrissy, who has won a scramble before.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's won too.
She's won multiple scrambles. She's a veteran of the Dubuque scramble.
Okay. All right.
Of course. She's won many prizes over the years as well, conspicuously so.
Okay.
I feel like 50-50 raffles seem to just keep coming her way.
Wow.
For some reason.
Well, we got some great prizes here today.
Here's my piece of advice. If you get a par on the first hole, don't give up. It's not over. I know you want to get a birdie on the first hole.
Sure.
Of course. You want to be 1 under after hole number 1. But if you get a par in the first hole, it's not over. Pars are not great in scrambles.
No.
But you can live through it. Just keep grinding. You got 17 holes left. That's my advice.
Yeah.
So many times I played scramble, it's like, well, we're screwed. We just took a 4 and it's over. And then all of a sudden, the drinks start coming in a little bit heavier. It's okay. You can stay in it.
The great thing is in a scramble, you always have the opportunity with the par 5s to potentially make eagle to cancel out one of those pars later on.
Yeah.
So
you can.
you don't.
It's available.
Certainly not over if you have a par on your first hole.
Okay. And then lastly, here in this segment, so Matt McMaster's here. Where is he?
He's somewhere.
He's wandered off
He
again.
disappeared.
He's shaking hands and kissing babies. You see what that guy is wearing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the white pants with a white long sleeve
What
underneath.
is he doing?
It is going to be 87 later today.
Not a good idea.
And he is in pants and a long sleeve
Wow.
shirt.
Is he thinking? I don't know what he thinks.
You know the thing that stood
Is
out
he
to
doing
me?
a
There he
bit?
is. There he is.
I
He's up.
think he
Hey,
has.
are you doing a bit? What are you doing? He's claiming that he looks great. He's shaking hands.
There's
with
never
everybody.
been a bit that's been about him looking great.
Long sleeve white undershirt
Yeah.
and white pants with.
Well, at one point, it turned out it was just his phone. It looked like he had a book in his back pocket that was actually a book of the greens out here
That would be
at
incredible.
Miracle Hill, so he could read slopes and everything else. So.
Matt, come here. Put on.
He's not even playing today, we should point out.
Oh, that. Put on this headset. Put this headset on.
Welcome to radio, Matt.
Joey, put him in the right place. It's all right. All right, there we go. He's on
We
the
got
other
an
side
early
now.
crossover.
Hey,
an
God-
8 a.m. crossover.
Here's professional golfer Matt McMaster.
God
Hi, Matt.
forbid a guy wake up and he wants to look good. That's what I look. I look good. Look good, play good.
You can
feel
look
good,
good
play
while
good.
not wearing white long sleeves and white pants.
It is a bit, this was all for this
You know,
reaction.
if you didn't
is
have
why I
that
did
red
this.
polo, you'd look like you're about to paint someone's house.
Look, and I'm also wearing the shoes I showed the tilted kilt waitress.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. You did. Yeah.
Yeah, look.
my shoes.
Look at my shoes.
It's all
exactly.
coming together.
No, this is great. I'm very happy to be out here. I'm looking for Prudon because I want to get
He's
on a
gone.
cart.
Yeah,
He's
he's
gone.
gone.
I wanna-
He's gone for now.
He's,
I want to get on a cart and I want to take some tee shots. with
he's
people.
you have many people that you could ask.
I know. I'll figure it out. I feel great. This is awesome. I woke up in the morning and I was like, I didn't get a lot of sleep. It felt like Christmas morning.
What?
I was so excited for this. This is incredible. And then I put my white pants on my chair. I put my polo on the chair.
So incredible.
I woke up in the morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
How do you, of all people, get away with having white pants?
Well, I don't get away with it. This is often what happens when I wear them. People freak out about it and make fun of me.
Like,
Oh, so this is a thing that you do before, and you know that you get like some reaction.
Oh,
to
a
it?
million percent.
Okay.
Because I'm a terrible golfer. So it's funny when you show up with white pants when you're a bad golfer. People are like, what do you do?
Okay, I didn't know that.
you're also just a messy
That's the
individual.
first time I'm hearing about this.
Like the
I
part of the
do-
white
I
pants.
do
That's
take-
true,
Dude, I
the
do.
odds. Okay, so
They're white. No, I take
1620 Sportsbook. The odds that they're mustard on his pants,
high. Minus money. Minus
yeah, like
money.
like
I assume there's
250?
grass stains on them.
Grass stains is probably more
I
accurate.
think he's gonna be rolling on the ground.
I think he probably
I
has.
probably will slip it.
He's the
sometime.
sort of guy that after he misses a putt, falls backward and starts making
Better
like
not get
snow
dirt
angels on the
stains.
green
It's
or something.
fantastic.
I'm very happy to be out here.
Matt's here. You go. You keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
do whatever you got to do.
I have more clients I have to keep to.
Speaking of people that are out here, I don't know how many scrambles are going to have Heisman winners playing in them.
Yeah.
But we have one. Johnny Rogers here playing today.
He's listening. He's limbering up right there, Johnny.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Good.
Get him
Johnny
ready.
on the practice screen, getting some putts in here.
Absolutely fantastic. This is a great turnout. We're so happy that everybody's here. We're gonna get things started. I don't know if I'm like the starter, but
that'd be
or
kinda
we're
cool.
the starters, but I'm excited for the potential that we. So we have to take
Would
a
you
break
do a,
so we can be back for the start.
would you do a Kevin James impersonation with the ladies and gentlemen start your engines?
Oh, good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, what do we have here? Should we take a break first? Okay. All right. Yeah. And we'll do it at 8:30. All right. So we're going to start things up here in about 10 minutes. We're excited for those of you who are listening on the radio. We'll be right back in about 5. Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Happer and Schaefer on 1620 The Zone.
All right, welcome back. More of Happer and Schaefer here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Mike Schaefer with you from Miracle Hill Golf Course, where the golfers have just been sent off. We are very, very excited.
This is exciting.
We have made announcements, and this I'm amazed. I mean, seriously, shout out to all of our people behind the scenes here at Usher Media Group, because it looks and feels like a real life scramble. I was like concerned. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know the details. I don't know what's going on, but this looks and feels like a real life golf scramble, and I'm excited.
Did we get all 30 spots filled or close to 30? I mean,
Stacy says close.
Very close.
I'll take close. This is the thing I'm most impressed about. We know what we're doing.
I cannot impress upon people enough how good the prizes are for this.
I know.
Like, I played in a couple scrambles this summer where there was only pin prizes on a few holes, and it was kind of low energy. This is not that.
No.
There are great prizes on so many of these holes, so many opportunities.
Should we list some?
Yeah, rattle some of these off.
We got tickets to concerts and events like Burt Kreischer, Creighton Basketball, Omaha Storm Chasers. We have Early Bird's been awesome. The breakfast burritos are shockingly
all
good.
Kinds of $100 gift cards.
$100 gift cards to every restaurant you could basically think of, which is absolutely fantastic. The Cutwater golf bag. Our friends from Cutwater and T-Box have been, just absolutely tremendous sponsors of this. And then great cash prizes for our winners, our flight winners as well. I mean, this has been great. And now we get you guys crack a drink or something, right? Over here. All right. Good. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Matt is walking around with his driver as if he's actually going to be allowed to use it. Or that it can even go in the general direction in which you want it to go.
I think he thinks he's like Hideki Matsuyama.
He really does. Yeah, that's a great call.
I don't know why he thinks he's Hideki Matsuyama.
I want to go get. I won a golf thing and I got a green jacket for it, and I wish that I could just give him my. He could be like Matsuyama who won the Masters, just have his green jacket, have it folded up, walk through the airport after he won it. You remember those pictures?
I do.
Yeah,
I do. I really, really want it. I mean, we're about ready for shock. I mean, guys are going to start teeing off on one here right away. I just want Matt to follow him and try and hit 265.
I think he's trying to talk teams into letting him hit.
I mean, he has a driver in his hand, which can't be good.
No.
Now,
I will say, if he is going to post up on one, he is left-handed. It is a dog leg left. His slice would be in play here. If he's able to just kind of, work that thing down the fairway, he could hit a good drive for somebody.
Are we going to do some play-by-play on tee shot number one?
First shot, because I can't.
Little left, but it should be fine, I think. Yeah.
I cannot pick this up this far away. I mean, I saw it go up. I saw it go left.
And look at our two stragglers right here. What's going on?
Wow.
Do you need directions?
Well, they, I believe, Iowa football fans?
They are.
Right? Oh, yeah.
They are. They're Iowa football
There's always
fans.
a little extra help needed for Iowa.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense to me. All right. So we have the golfers sent out, which is fantastic. It's great. All right. So I saw we get back to some football stuff. By the way, get in your Friday shout outs. We're going to do Friday shout outs.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. It's about time. 8:30. All right, we have a couple more stragglers who are getting ready to go.
8:30 is early for some people, not us.
She was actually on my scramble team this year in Dubuque.
All right.
It was, fantastic. So we have the pair ratings. Do you remember our website, the pair ratings for baseball?
Oh, I saw this up on the sheet and I was excited.
So
I was excited.
They do great football stuff too, and they have some numbers attached to I don't know how they get their numbers, if it's an average of all these other ranking systems and things of that nature, but they have predicted basically scores for every game this year for Nebraska football. And so would you like to hear some?
Yes.
All right. So maybe we could just say, would you take this if this was the result?
Okay.
Ohio, Nebraska wins 34-11.
We just got our first Matt drive. It looked like it went very left. He didn't like it. He's now swinging. People are pointing at him. He's still just practice swinging.
You don't get breakfast balls.
He didn't get up and down through it.
This is a scramble. You don't get a breakfast ball.
It was a very controlled swing. I'll give him that.
Let's go, Roosters.
But, we'll see.
Come on.
We'll see what Matt brings to the table for the next group. I think he's heading over to 10 to try to terrorize them over on the 10 tee box.
You can't stop this man.
He's scrambling around.
He's a threat to your group. If you're listening out there on the golf course, or if you're listening out on YouTube on the golf course, Matt is coming and he will threaten your group right now. He wants to hit a drive and it won't be good.
It's Matt McManus today. He is everyone that is on the course is in danger.
Yeah.
When he's out here.
Anyway, 34-11 against Ohio. That's the final score.
Okay.
All right.
I'll sign up for that.
It's not great, but it's fine. 36-11 against Bowling Green.
Okay. Similar.
All right.
I said over 3 scores in all of these games. It's going to be more probably. 37-1
against
North
Dakota.
Would love to see the 1. How is North Dakota getting that 1 pair rating?
I don't know. I'm not. They have
You're not willing to commit to 2. I don't even think you should put a 1 up there.
28-24 against Michigan State.
Okay.
It's a win.
You take it.
It's a win on the road for Nebraska. Maryland, 29-21.
You take it.
Nebraska's 5-0. Nebraska is 5-0.
Things are looking great.
And then Indiana comes to town and Nebraska loses 33-18.
Okay, well, I think you take it.
It wouldn't be that bad. So Indiana's
you acknowledge that you're losing by 15 to Indiana isn't the worst.
So the number that keeps getting circled in my head, like, because this is the Matt and Happer line,
sure,
the Indiana game, and so I feel like he's thinking Nebraska's going to get bludgeoned out of this game, right? Like
15 isn't a bludgeon,
and I said 14 is a pretty good number, like, not to do this, but like, hey, if you lose by 14, is it a success? So obviously, it depends on how it looks. But off face, I think if Nebraska hung in there and it was a 2-score game, like that's not that terrible. I expect probably a little bit more. I kind of feel like Nebraska, the current number in my head is 10.
Okay,
that Nebraska loses by, but I don't know. That's a story for when we get to that point. Assuming Nebraska is 5-0. Then you make the road trip to Oregon with a couple of our listeners out there, an Oregon trip, and Nebraska loses 38-14. Ouch.
Not great.
Could be worse.
Interesting. Their model has a lot of scores that don't reach 40 is what I'm seeing, looking at this. But
it's fascinating.
If someone was like, hey, you're going to lose the Oregon game, this is what the final is, you can sign up today, or it could be any other loss.
It's not bad.
There's worse out there.
There's worse out there.
That's going to be a rough game. It's going to be a rough game.
So this is where it gets real. All right. So everything has gone to expectations so far, right? Nebraska started 5-0. They've lost by 2 touchdowns to Indiana. They've lost by more than 2 touchdowns to Oregon. Toughest game of the season. You're 5-2. You still have your head above water. Like you feel okay about where things are at this point. Then you back home for Halloween, the blackout game against Washington, which it says the incorrect date on here, but that's okay. And Nebraska loses by 3.
Yeah, I got to be honest.
It would be stunning. It would be like the USC game last year, basically.
Can I make a plea? Can Nebraska not lose a game on a last-second field goal or by like 3 points exactly? I know that's some common margin of defeat, but if they could just avoid that, I think I'd appreciate it. I genuinely think Nebraska is going to beat one of Washington or Illinois, maybe both, but I do think they will get one of those 2 games.
Okay, I mean Washington. I love this. I love that you have put your efforts into, like, you have now outwardly stated this is a giant game. It is Halloween. You're doing the blackout. You're doing the uniforms. I like that because I think everybody would look at Nebraska's schedule and they would pinpoint this game as a challenging game. A game where you need a little bit extra, but at the end of the day, still within the kind of quote-unquote toss-up range, right? A 7-point spread or something like that. You know, Nebraska probably, the way it looks right now, Nebraska's, according to the pair ratings, 3.5-point underdogs, I guess, going into this situation, which probably won't be that far off from the number. But you've said, like, hey, if the margins are that thin, let's push all our chips in. And I love that. I love that they're not scared of that.
Well, they shouldn't be.
That's a good thing.
Like, there's nothing about Washington that should be scary for Nebraska.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you may not win,
but people, they do this. We do we put all our chips into the USC game last year and it was a big dud. I don't know. We put all our chips into that college game day game in 2018 against Ohio State and it was a big flub or 19 or it was a big flub. Like, yeah, but that doesn't mean the process was wrong. Keep doing it.
Right.
Right. Like, put your chips in. I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There might be a
completely
hesitancy to do that sometimes, and they didn't. I know the bar is not particularly high. At Illinois on a Friday the next week, Nebraska loses 29 to 24.
I do not accept.
No.
I reject.
Pair ratings is dead.
Well, not dead. I don't know. Like, Illinois is one of those teams that I think it could go okay for or it could go poorly for. Like, I don't think that they're going to be as good as they have been. I know that we've talked about Brett Bielema on the show a lot, and I think we believe that overall he's got this thing headed in the right direction. I just think Luke Altmaier was a big part of everything that they did. Yep. And even if Hauser is solid, like, Altmaier was good last year. Altmaier won them games and put them in great situations for 3 years. It's harder to replace that than maybe what gets credit.
I think.
And I don't know that the rest of everything around Illinois is so good.
It's going to take a second.
Yeah.
I think it'll take a second for them. There's no doubt. But here's where I have confidence in Bielema.
He knows their team. He knows how to coach to what they're going to do.
They always have they're solid on the line. They're powerful up front, right? They hit on defense. We know that. That's been Illinois for a long time now. And they always come up with a dang good wide receiver. Yeah, like a wide receiver that could really be a difference maker for you. You think about some guys like Pat Bryant in the past. Like, I think they're going to come up with that guy. That guy exists somewhere. And I know. And another thing, they're good in the defensive backfield always too. And so I think they have another guy back there this year who's going to be really good. So I don't know. I'm higher on them than most. That's a huge game. Back-to-back weeks. I mean, in a 6 day,
that 3-game stretch.
Yeah, it's just
starting with Washington after the bye week.
Yeah,
that 3-game stretch after the bye week is just monumental for Nebraska to go 2-1.
And so here's the other one at Rutgers. You win that according to the pair, 30 to 26.
6-4.
You are 6-4.
Yeah, that would be the.
I guess you are 6-4.
That's game 10.
You lost 4 games in a row.
Yeah,
but you got back off the schneid. You got your 6.
Congrats.
And now Ohio State and Iowa. Ohio State, you lose by 20. 35 to 15.
Don't love it.
That seems about right, though.
It does, but I don't love it.
And then at Iowa on Black Friday with 6 wins in your pocket, looking for better bowl eligibility, all these different things. This is one where I've seen some advanced line projections and they say Iowa 10, Iowa
Not
9.
A chance.
And I'm like, I don't really know where that comes from. I don't get that. And I get what happened in the game last year. But historically, for as much as Nebraska has failed to win this game, they have rarely failed to make it a good game.
Yeah, I was going to say, so I tweeted about this when I saw that advanced line come out. Iowa is favored by 10 in an advanced line in some places.
It's too much.
And Iowa has beaten Nebraska by 10 at Iowa City, I think, one time in the last however many times these teams have matched up.
Yeah.
They've smoked Nebraska at home in 2017, 2025, and 2013. But at Iowa City, Nebraska has played that game within a touchdown pretty much every year that they've been out there.
Now, is it in the car? Is it in the deck of cards somewhere that Nebraska can get blown? I mean, of course, but there's a long way to go to get to that point. Just like if you're doing a preseason advanced line, I just think the right way to put it every single time is home team by 3.
I just don't know,
home team by 3 every time.
I understand if you don't think Nebraska can win this game. I just don't think Iowa's 9 points better. I just don't.
Not at this stage in the game. I mean, once again, we don't know how the season plays. Maybe Nebraska's gone off the rails.
Sure.
Whatever. But I don't necessarily see that either. They have 28-19, so they have Iowa by 9.
Iowa scoring 28 in this series is pretty high. No, they did last year. I don't remember.
It was 40.
Was it 40?
Yeah, I think it was 40-16.
Basically, from the middle of the second quarter on, that was one of the worst experiences in Memorial Stadium, which is saying a lot because there's been quite a few of those.
They've lost. So the 3 blowout games in the series were last year, 40-16, I believe it was. The 40-10 bloodbath
Yep.
in
2016.
16, and
2017
in
they flew out.
17,
Yep.
56-14, somewhere in that. Like
and then 13.
Noah Fant was going crazy,
Mhm.
and then 13.
They came to Memorial Stadium. That was the, if you're going to fire me, Bo Pelini press conference where he swung his hat at the official.
Yeah, you almost murdered that guy.
Yeah.
Nice. Good times.
A little bit.
Oh, Joe, you got a text for me?
Yes, we got some action out on the golf course with
Okay.
Mac McMaster whenever you're ready.
All right, we will do that when we come back. We also have Friday shout-outs. So get in your Friday shout-outs at Happen Shape on the Liquid Trucking Zone Twitter feed. At Happen Shape there. We're checking out the Twitter feed. We're checking out the text messages. We're checking out the YouTube comments. And we'll head out to the stream from our live course reporter, Hideki Matsuyama, after this on 1620 The Zone.
You're listening to Happer and Schaefer on 1620 The Zone.
Happer and Schaefer here on 1620 The Zone. Live. On 1620.
I don't think this is going to
Big dog. Hunter Happer, Mike Schaefer. To our course reporter, Hideki Matsuyama, who joins us now via the stream. Hideki, how do you look at it?
I lost you there, but I'm here to report that we had a group in front of us here, and they shanked all 4 of their drives. Maddie Fairway stepped up to the box, and they're in a favorable position to have birdie. As if you look, my friends right here, this is the famous Matt Swartwood of the Tiburon Golf Club, who we're about to go ahead and golf with. Matt has won 3 Tiburon championships in his career, and so we're waiting to tee off here. Back to you, Happer.
Thanks, Matt. We appreciate that. It sounds like it's going great.
I appreciate the update that we get there. Has him hitting the ball and putting him in a favorable position, though not really telling us how far or where. Or,
It almost seemed like that was just made up.
Yeah, it didn't seem real because there was no footage of it or really anyone corroborating the story. But we'll go along with it.
Also, the Matt gets around the groups. All the groups seem to be having less fun when Matt goes around.
Yeah, they looked very quiet. Like, oh no, is this guy done?
Hey, we're just getting things started. We were probably a hole deep at this point. Mike writes in on YouTube. He says, definitely not 265.
No.
I'm afraid not.
There's definitely opportunities on Miracle's course for some of the straightaways to let the dog eat a little bit.
I'm excited to get out there. I mean, I'm excited to see what we
course
can see.
looks great.
Yeah, course looks like it's really good. There's nothing like playing in the morning.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on.
Get it in, get it over with.
Absolutely. And of course, for the folks who are out there today joining us at the Phoenix afterwards, all of our shows will be on location today. Us and Matt here at the golf course,
in the Phoenix.
and the Phoenix is going to be
packed,
loaded. Hopefully we have the whole Phoenix.
I was going to say, like, there's not. So if every team is supposed to go over there, that's like over 100 some people. Plus, if you have your Friday regulars, plus just the groupies for John Bishop.
That's right.
We're
going to be spilling out. We're going to be absolutely loaded, which is fantastic. All right, time for some Friday shout outs here. So send in your Friday shout outs forward to 951-1620. If you have any shout outs that you'd like to have said on the radio, we can certainly do that. Talking about Nebraska football, talking about your life, whatever it might be. Here's one from Mike on the text line. Good morning and happy Friday, gentlemen. My Friday shout out is to my niece, Lauren, who is a second grade teacher in her first year at Westbrook Elementary School in the West Side School District. I also want to give a shout out to the amazing group of ushers or fan ambassadors that work at Werner Park.
All right.
Wow. First year of being a teacher has to be an absolutely wild experience.
No,
my wife had a first year of being a teacher. Yeah. It was a long time ago now.
I know.
You know what's funny? We went to a local business a couple of weeks ago because I had to get some sunglasses. I got these sunglasses, and
you went with the clear frames, which is
nice.
I know. I'm kind of
nice.
I'm kind of
I've
going
noticed
for it.
my nephew got clear frames for that. Seems to be the thing people are doing.
And my wife saw one of the students from her first. She was a third grade teacher. She was working at the store. And she's in college.
Sure.
Like this is a long time now. I mean, she was a teacher for 7 years or so, and then has not been a teacher for another handful after that now. It was crazy. It was a wild experience.
How did she respond to the fact that
they were both incredibly excited?
Oh yeah.
They were both incredibly excited to see each other.
I always enjoyed seeing former teachers of mine out and about in the wild. Like seeing a teacher not in a school setting was always kind of
odd.
You're like,
it's a weird moment.
Yeah.
Very
these
awkward.
people live outside the building?
I know.
And apparently they do.
I don't think I've seen any of my teachers for anything in a while.
Oh, okay. I just saw a few of them when I was back for my 20-year class reunion.
Let's see.
They largely look the same.
Mike says, see my shout out above. Friday shout out to my daughter and all college students starting school. Dropping my daughter off in Minneapolis on Saturday.
She rowing the boat?
I don't know.
There's also St. Thomas would be up there.
That's over in
And a
St.
handful of
Paul.
Schools. Yeah.
Many schools out there. I have seen a lot of that over my my Facebook feed in recent days. Dads dropping their kids off at colleges, or moms dropping their kids off at colleges, and it hits a little bit different when you have a kid.
Sure.
It's just a little bit. I mean, I can't really imagine that world yet, but you can sort of fast forward. My daughter's 2.
Sure.
Like you kind of fast forward in your brain, like, oh, that's gonna be a bad time for me. I think. Like I'm not gonna have fun.
Let me ask you an important question here. You have a 2-year-old. Someday she will be old enough to attend school.
Yes.
There will be first day pictures.
Yes.
Do you intend to have one of those chalkboards in which things will be written on it, or
That would not be my intention, but I am not against it.
Sure.
I can guarantee
just like
you.
myself, I will not be the one making that decision for my family. But if you were the one making the decision, would you want the chalkboard? Do you?
It's a nice prop. I'm not against it. I can guarantee you that it will exist for my child, but I'm not like I wouldn't make it up
I kind
myself.
of like it, and here's why. If you go through older photos, I have a niece and several nephews, and my sister did this for all of them. Still does it, and they're in middle school now. It is great going through and like reading their answers and seeing how they have changed.
What do I want to be?
I want to be a policeman too. I want to be an influencer. You can just see the degeneration of society occur in real time. There was hopes and dreams, and now they want to go to the Walter Cronkite School and learn how to be influencers.
At Arizona State. That's right. It's crazy though. Like I bet if you asked a kid on a different day, like 2 weeks apart, you're like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" You get a different answer just every time.
pretty much.
The same kid.
You'll get 5 different answers.
My wife asks my son all the time what he wants to be for Halloween. Like this is just a routine everyday question. And it has changed probably 8 different times. Most consistently though, he wants to be a scary ghost. Not a ghost. He specifically wants it to be scary. And then to punctuate the point, he comes over to me often and then just yells boo as loud as he can.
Well, that is step 1 to being a scary ghost.
Yeah, he's working on it.
I believe. Dan says Friday shout out to a good old time at the golf course.
Yes. Yeah.
Man.
Shout out to everybody that made it down here.
Seriously.
Shout out to the people that'll be at the Phoenix.
Shout out to the weather so far, so good.
You can feel it. It's going to steam up.
Yeah, it's going to get steamy.
You're going to steam up a little
just
bit.
got a little breeze.
Speaking of steamy, shout out to Norbit.
Shout out to
There you
Norbit.
go.
What a movie, as always. And Matthew says, shout out. My daughter turns 21 today. A lot of daughter talk.
A lot of daughter talk.
A lot of daughter talk today on the show.
Hashtag girl.
Happy birthday to the daughters and, all the daughters who are going to college and whatever it might be. Belmont Bill says, shout out to Price Sanford for giving me a renewed will to live. And
shout out, Price.
And a newfound faith in a higher power. Thank you, my sweet prince. That's what it says.
Have you seen the photo? There's like an ad for Nebraska gear.
I have. With him and Frager.
Sanford.
I have. Yeah.
And Sanford couldn't look more uncomfortable.
It's so good.
It's great. I love it.
It's perfect. All right, that's our Friday shout-outs. Shout out to all you guys for giving us the shout-outs and for being with us out here today at Miracle Hill if you are out there on the course. We will take a quick timeout. We'll be back. We have free balling. Jake Sorensen will still join. The 9 o'clock hour of Happer and Schaefer is up next on 1620 The Zone.
balling now, I'm free balling now, I'm
It's time for
free balling.
where the producer reads questions on things happening in the world of sports. Connor and Mike will have the answers.
Is right. We will have the answers. By the way, we did get we had a couple spare Friday shout-outs. Liquid Trucking, of course. Shout out to Liquid Trucking.
Yes.
Congratulations to last week's training graduate, Larry Joseph. Nice job. Shout out to Liquid Trucking on this Friday. Also, we got Pedro. Hi, guys. Friday shout out to the amazing people at the Humane Society and any other animal rescue organization. You are the best. Thank you for caring about the neglected animals in our community.
Man, Pedro has like the nicest shout outs every week.
He always just hits the right notes.
Yeah, he really
does.
It's really good.
Nice job by Pedro. Well done by you. Shout out to you, Pedro. All right, Joey, what do we got today?
Oh, man, we got plenty. After a string of publicized fights and incidents, plus Saquon Barkley saying how much he hates them, could you see the NFL doing away with joint practices or reducing them to one-day situations?
It does feel like maybe it's run its course.
Yeah, it's more noticeable. Like there was another couple fights yesterday.
Yeah.
And then Saquon Barkley, I don't know if you saw this, but he's like, I hate him. And he goes in about how much, like players talk so much trash. And then someone asked him, like, well, aren't you sort of known for me? He's like, yeah, I'm not great about it. He's like, I have to be better. So there was at least
like,
some,
do you think that the non-joint practices would help this?
I think what he's saying is he doesn't want to put himself in that situation. Okay. So he needs the NFL to help him out in that regard.
I guess.
That we didn't get to it, but that Saints-Cowboys brawl was great.
It was sizable.
And then I don't remember who they were yesterday, but there was a few more, like I said. And so the NFL teams seem to like it because it gives you an opportunity to measure up against something that isn't your own players. But because these guys are so sick of not playing actual games, they're ready to fight anyway.
All right, let's take a quick step aside here from free ball. And actually, you know what, Jake, you could just stop the music if you want to. So just click it off.
Jake.
We're going to head out to our course reporter, Matt Bunkers, and check in with what's going on.
How you doing, guys? We're currently here on number 7. We were with Alex Sindelar and Kenneth's group. We've used so far 3 of my shots for 2 different groups. Currently lining up a nice putt here. Mary misses it a little left. She kind of pushed it off the heel there. As Kenneth now going to line it up. I'm going to go with the last putt here.
Do it for Marcus Freeman.
Pressure's up here.
This is for par, I believe.
It is.
Okay.
It's kind of a long putt for par.
You have to be good at golf to get short putts, Mike.
Well,
So
you get enough opportunities.
this group used my shot when I punched them out of the trees off at what had to be a just errant tee shot.
We are now watching
Sindelar puts it. Oh,
runs it by.
Hey,
Sean is gonna step up here. Sean is by far the best athlete out of the group, probably the best golfer that I can tell. And he's got a nice putter. A very nice putter, Sean.
I do.
That always helps, having a nice
He
putt.
lines it up here. He's got a vice ball.
Not deserving.
This goes off a little left, guys. It's a little bit of a bumpy green. Sean puts it nice. Oh, and it nearly trickles in. So they're
Are we
going
gonna get to watch Matt?
Come on, Matt.
There we go.
Oh, boy.
In his white pants with his white long sleeves, Matt steps up to the ball. Nope, he's now rereading. He had the opportunity to watch 4 different people putt, but
Which
now he wants his own.
Assuredly will not help him.
Absolutely.
All right.
Steps in here.
From the left side.
Looks like he has a tiny putter.
Tiny baby.
He lets it go. He pushed it left.
Short.
He didn't even
get some putter work at the tee box, man.
All right. Well,
great place to get your game right.
All right, thanks, Hideki. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you later. Don't worry. That's good.
In the stream, someone asked, "Why is Matt dressed for a blizzard?" We're not sure. Maybe he's fearful of the sun, which is out. It is going to be hot.
It's hot. Yeah.
Which only makes the guy who's going to be sitting here with the sun directly on him and his long white sleeves and white pants he's going to cook a little bit.
He did not make that putt, and he was not helped by reading the other people's lines on the putts either. So
Turns out you still have to hit it as far to the hole,
yeah,
regardless of the direction of which it's going.
Indeed. All right, what else do we have, Joey?
4 Nebraska commits play against each other tonight in suburban Atlanta as Corey Hadley's Sandy Creek travels to Logan View, Grayson's Agbanoma, Eli Harris, Joey Hunter, and Katie Jones with our dear friend Tim Verghese in attendance.
Wow.
Besides Trey Taylor, who's the recruit you're most intrigued by in the 2027 class?
First of all, Friday shout out to Professor Tim for making the trip.
He told me
Dr.
yesterday, he's
Tim
like,
Verghese.
yeah, I'm heading down to Atlanta. And I was like, what's in Atlanta? He's like, well, I'm going to go to this game. It has all these recruits at it. They're all Nebraska commits.
There's 4 of them.
Yeah. And well, there's actually 5, but Eli Harris is not back yet from injury.
Okay.
So he won't be playing. So Nebraska has 4 commits from one school.
And this is Grayson, Loganville,
Yep.
Grayson. Right? And then Sandy Creek.
They're playing Sandy Creek with Corey Hadley.
Gotcha. So the question was, who's the non-Trey Taylor commit I am most interested in?
Intrigued by. Yeah.
Intrigued by.
You got options. You can go
You
with the
do.
local kid and Torrey Pittman. You could Khalil Taylor, one of the big commitments they got this summer. Any of the offensive linemen. You know,
I've heard a lot about the DeMontenac guy.
Errol DeMontenac.
People like the DeMontenac.
He is, we'll let Tim kind of talk about this, I'm sure, on Monday, but he was telling me that Errol DeMontenac is one of those guys that if he has a good senior year, they're going to have to fight off everybody in the state of Florida to hold that commitment. So I
love a guy named Errol. Give me Errol.
Errol's a great name. I'm going to stick with the defensive line. Nehemiah Umbadi. One, because it's a great name.
Bo Body.
He is at Shakopee, I believe, up in Minnesota, unless he's transferred high
He is
schools.
Shakopee, yeah.
Yeah, so he's up there. This is the guy that I heard from Alan True. I've heard from other people. Kind of a nice win for Nebraska. Could be a good defensive player in a couple years for them at a position of need. They always need defensive line.
I also hear Tim talk a lot about Timmy Aliu. Yeah. That's another great name too.
Yeah. No, this is a great.
I just listen to Dr. Tim on recruiting now.
Yeah. And then Agbanoma is massive. Like that is a massive human. So anytime you get offensive linemen, the rest of the SEC wants, you're doing the right thing.
Joey?
All righty. CBS Sports has Nebraska projected to play Florida State. And guess what, Brad? In the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Oh.
Would you sign that contract right now, season unseen?
No. I would.
You don't want to go see Brad?
I
and
would not
Charlotte?
sign a Duke's Mayo Bowl contract, really, probably ever.
Oh, I would sign it.
I would sign it.
But I think right now we're so close to the season. I want to see what happens.
You don't want to
But
see.
I like the idea of Nebraska, Florida State. That matchup intrigues me. I don't know if they would have
flame out and be terrible.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe Tony White's the interim coach. That could be fun.
That could be fun. Yeah.
So then you have that going on, and then on top of it, I would be interested in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. So we'll start there. So you got a good bowl spot that they haven't been.
It's not a bad bowl game. I'm just thinking of the hierarchy of bowl games.
Sure.
I'm
conceivably
it's such a mid-tier game that I just can't automatically sign up for. I will always think there's more.
Brad?
Conceivably, the game that would be better than that in the same range where they might win would be the Music City Bowl.
Yeah.
And then the one that would be 2 spots better than that Nebraska has never played in and desperately wants to, is the former Outback Bowl, the Reliant Quest.
Yes.
So if you could get to Tampa, to me, that's like if Nebraska's playing in Tampa, that they had a good season.
I agree. And that's where Iowa basically is every year.
They love it. They set up residence.
They
there
have to
every
take
year.
the Iowa spot.
Brad, Charlotte Chamber of Commerce, please keep calling Big Red overreaction
He might
this season.
have another banner year.
We need this. We need this for the bit.
Drew writes in on the Equitable Bank inbox, making fun of McMaster while he's attempting to make a golf shot is entertaining. On the stream, I encourage you and Mike to make fun of him more. Please have more on the course updates. All right,
we will have them when they come to us.
We'll find a way. One more, Joey. What do we got?
Alan in Minneapolis had a question that fits for free ball, and he sent us an email earlier. When you watch late night college football, do you have any specific teams you root for or are partial to? Or is all late night football hitting the same spot or created equal?
So for me,
he also says, you know what they say, college football is better when Fresno State is good. Which is great.
Yes.
Like a lot of those teams I'm okay with. Like I don't have a Mountain West team that I'm necessarily rooting for. Other than I guess now that UTEP is in there and I've turned their entire program around in a video game form, maybe I root for them a little more. But as for the rest of the Mountain West, like any of those teams, I don't know that there's anybody that I dislike. I don't know that there's anyone in there that I'm over the moon for.
Nothing crazy.
But and then
the weirder the better. I would say the regular answer here would probably be Hawaii.
Yeah, I want Hawaii to win.
I always want Hawaii to win.
I agree with that. And then I was trying to think of the Pac-12, the do look Pac State, if you would, if there's anything there either.
Boise State.
And I
Definitely.
do like when Oregon State is good. I will say that.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
I like when Oregon State is good.
Any interest in Utah State?
Oh, I do like
yes.
Utah State
yes.
as well. Not related to Joey's quarterback that he's going to bring up here, but I do like Utah
No, I'm not
State.
going to bring him up.
You weren't going to bring up Jordan
You
Love?
weren't going to bring him up.
You're going to be like, yeah,
bring up Jordan Love.
You weren't going to talk about Jordan Love
until you guys decided to bring up his name. You were the first to bring up his name, so accountability for you.
Oh, Schaefer looks like
there
that
you go.
Joey's mad because we jumped in front of him on the Jordan Love thing.
Dan writes in, I like all the Mountain West teams.
I do. I mean, that's kind of what it is.
I like all the Mountain West teams.
The thing is, there's nobody. Okay, so expand it to anything like outside of maybe Oregon. I don't know that there's any team that's a Western time zone team that I
dislike,
root against.
No,
it's basically Oregon and then USC to an extent. Like I'm pro UCLA Washington if I'm picking between that. I
trend more toward the Pacific Northwest than I do the
Cal or
South.
Stanford.
Yes, so like
I like Cal and Stanford.
Cal, Stanford, Washington State,
Oregon State.
Oregon State for sure.
Yeah.
Even
Oregon's the one that I don't like out of that.
Oregon's kind of fun. I still like Oregon.
And I don't even the it's not even the same. Like when it was Chip Kelly Oregon, I was very opposed.
Dennis Dixon.
Oh, I like Dennis Dixon though.
Dennis
they
Dixon
were
was
fun
nice.
and cool for a while, and then they got annoying. And now they're maybe post annoying. I'm not entirely
post annoying. Maybe they're good. Maybe they're cool again.
Yeah,
Who
they
knows?
could be. Like they're going to be a team I watch a lot of because they're going to be really good. I think Oregon's going to be really, really
One of
good.
the best teams in the
26.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
No doubt.
That is free balling with our topics today. We are winding down this show. So
wow,
Hideki will have to make his way back and do a show at some point. We'll see.
Are you guys going to do some reports out there? Are you going to do some putting? Like
Sure,
Matt did.
I'd be happy to.
I would love to see that.
I don't want to jump in anybody's way and hit shots for them.
Yeah, if someone's like, "Hey, we want
to
to see you guys hit," then I don't think either one of us would be opposed.
No, we're not going to say no to
They're
them.
waving us over here to the first tee. Unfortunately, we still have to do radio.
We have like a half hour left. Just hang tight. We will take a quick time out. We'll be right back. Our dear friend and golf lover, Jake Sorensen, will join the show right after this on 1620 The Zone.
I'm kind of psychotic, but what else is new? I think you guys both know that my psychology is probably really can't assess how it operates. I don't even know how my brain works at all most days either. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, guys. We have not won a playoff game in 25 years. I don't believe ever in moral victory because they're a waste of time. My whole life would be a moral victory at that point. They're going to lose. It's the way sports go. It's very hard to go undefeated. I got the Royals going to the World Series this year. I don't care. I will follow this team wherever they go, and I will not complain about where they play at. I don't want them to lose a game, but I kind of want to lose a game for the sake of
Jake
pressure.
Sorensen for losing. Fridays with Jake Sorensen.
If I see him, I would not shake his hand.
93.7 The Ticket on Happer and Schaefer. 1620 The Zone.
We do morning show, guys. We're always on low sleep. That's the way it is.
And we are joined now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline by our dear friend Jake Sorensen from The Ticket in Lincoln. Jake, good morning. How are you?
Gentlemen, are you at a golf course right now?
Yes, we are at the golf course. Some are saying Miracle Hill. Jake, what's your experience playing here at Miracle Hill?
I don't believe I have played Miracle Hills, Happer.
That is shocking.
I don't play a lot of golf in Omaha, and I have no problem with it. I just don't play a ton of golf besides, I don't know, Johnny Goodman a couple times here and there, and a few other courses. But I definitely not played
Jake
Miracle
out here
Hill.
to play with.
Yeah, we theorized, Jake, that so we had Jay Moore on earlier, and we figured that you, me, Schaefer, and Jay could do some serious damage in a Scramby's group.
We'd be a threat to win.
Oh, I think we'd win, and that's not because of me. That's because Jay just won the Firethorn Club Championship. He shot 66-75.
Yeah, Jay's good. Have you golfed with Jay before?
No, I played ahead of him one time at Firethorn, and he was just driving into us all day, which I laughed when that's like 350 hitting it. I respect that. I have not played with him. He's like I'm a 3 handicap. He's like a +4, I bet. He would murder me on a golf course.
It's honestly, when you play with them, it's kind of like the Mike Trout Top Golf video. Like, he'll hit a drive, and Jay's a big guy, and you're somewhat confused as to how the physics works as to how far he can hit the ball. Like, it just goes a mile. Absolutely goes a mile.
If we all played, I would probably have, I would guess, the second most shots, but Jay would have probably, I don't know, 55% of our shots at least.
Yeah,
including putts.
I'd say it's comfortable. I would put myself down for give me 2. If I get 2, I feel good about what I would contribute to the group.
You'll have a wedge that gets in there.
Yeah, like I am known to chip in occasionally during scrambles. It does happen from time to time.
The problem for me, I've seen you do it. I've seen you chip in before. The problem for me is if the driver's my best club, Jay will outdrive me. Jake will outdrive me. I think you and I are probably similar in that regard.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'd be able to contribute. I would maybe sign up to be the first putter so I could just knock a couple close ones in and then claim those as my shots. That might be the strategy there.
We'd have a good time, that's for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, we'd have a great time. Now, if we traded out, we also have burgeoning young golfer Sophie Happer out here as well. Who, if we replaced, Jay with her, it might be a little bit worse.
A little bit, but we get to move up to the she can hit from the women's tees.
Yeah.
Which there could be a time where she just hits it right off the tee to about 6 feet in front of her. It could beat some of our drives.
That's true.
It's possible.
In about 10 years, she'll be pretty helpful. At least somewhat could be helpful from the front tees. But right now, making contact would be great.
Yeah, making contact would be absolutely fantastic.
That's
right
the
now,
goal.
the putter is literally taller than her head, and she's on the putting green just walking around, which is great.
I love it.
Okay, Jake. So we're gonna get to some football stuff in a second, but I gotta ask you this right off the bat. Since we only have now 1 week left of summer, I imagine you have some pretty significant plans within the next 14 days leading up to football season. Where are you going? How are you getting away?
So I mentioned last week I went to Okoboji. That was a great time last weekend. I don't have much going on. Like I'll tell you right now, if you want full honesty, I am on my way. We have a draft tomorrow for fantasy football. I finished last year in the league. I have not done my punishment yet, and I'm doing it right now. I'm driving to be a caddy at Shadow Ridge in Omaha for the guy that finished first. I have the Masters caddy bib I'm going to put on.
Oh my
goodness! Last name on the thing, and we're walking. I have never played the course. I have to carry his clubs and caddy.
It's
walk
long,
18 holes.
and you've never played the course, so this is not good. Probably this is more of a punishment for the
want
player.
To play it, but I can't. Yeah, I want to play it. I'm caddying though for the guy because I lost the lead.
Just
so
let him know
that counts as fun. Yeah.
Just let them know the greens are a touch slower there, so you think it's going to roll a little faster than it will. I will tell you that from experience. So you can pass that advice on. But so this is your fantasy punishment. Who do you blame for last year's demise?
A variety of people. Gosh, Lamar Jackson was disappointing for my team. Lad McConkey took a step back. Drake London had his moments, but also disappointing. I thought I had a pretty solid team, and it was just awful. It just ended up injured and underperformed. And I was surprised last year to finish last. 2 years ago, I finished last. I'm like, that makes sense. That team kind of sucked. This one didn't seem like I should have got last. So that trifecta there.
Okay. Yeah, it's always everybody always thinks they have a good team until they get last in the fantasy league.
Everything looks good on draft day.
That's sort of how it goes. Okay, Jake, have you guarded over the last month or so? Campus started. You know how it goes every year. You've been doing this for a long time. People start getting very, very confident and excited about football around this time of year. We're 2 weeks out from the season. Are you guarding against that excitement, that Kool-Aid drinking? How are you approaching the month of August, which can be very, very good for optimism?
Well, I'm not trying to be cynical or down, but I told you guys 2 weeks ago, I don't sense a lot of optimism and Kool-Aid from the fans. There's some belief that Calandra could be good and better than Raiola, potentially just as a running option to help, to give the offense more hope. But I think there's still so many questions about the pieces that are new to this team and those that return. So I don't know. I have to feel guarded at all, because I don't really feel the Kool-Aid flowing through the fans. Am I not seeing what you guys are seeing at all?
No, I haven't gotten much more confidence.
I sense more optimism as we get closer to the season. People have talked themselves into things, whether it be Calandria or the defense. What are you most excited to see when they take on Ohio here in a couple of weeks? Like, what's something that you're like, okay, it's been a long off season. There's a lot that's different with this team. What do you want the most see when Nebraska takes on Ohio in a couple of weeks?
Well, I want to see Calandra get involved in the running game. I mentioned the fact that in his first years at Virginia, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. He had 10 last year in the Mountain West at UNLV. Let's see if that is legitimate, if that can portray the success in the Big Ten, or if it's more what we saw at Virginia. I want to see what he looks like in the Big as an offensive quarterback. And I'm also curious about the running backs. I mean, I know that Emmett Johnson was a huge piece, obviously NFL player, All-American to a certain extent last year. What does it look like? Can Mekhi Nelson, is he the lead back? I assume he is. Does Mosey get, how many carries do we see from Mosey and as well as Jamal Rule? And do we see the elevation of Jamal Rule to the first couple of weeks? Like there's pieces that are intriguing on the offense for sure. And the one thing I have been hearing consistently throughout fall camp is that there's been a lot of options about this offensive line, and people are saying that the O-line has looked very good in practice. So I'd like to see what that picture looks like, to give some time to Calandra, and also what kind of holes that can open up against lesser foes in the first 3 weeks for sure.
Jake, the Kansas City Royals have done something crazy lately, which is win, and they've won 6 out of 7, I believe, at this point. Yeah, they just got off of a 4-game sweep of the terrible Athletics, who have absolutely no bullpen. Which is good. I'm sure we're guarding against optimism there. As we look ahead, Jake, and this follows the regular line of every other Royal season that we've ever experienced in our lives that weren't 2014 and 15. Are you guarding against any sort of excitement that might come in late August or September, as we do every year?
Well, I mean, they're 8.5 games back for wild cards.
They're not making up. I saw somebody do this, Jake. I saw somebody do this the other day yesterday on Twitter. They were like, "Hey, the Royals are alive," and I said they are most certainly not. There are 6 teams in front of them, and who are all like a game out. So they're not. They're not alive. It might look like they're alive. They're not.
I'm answering your question because you always think about the playoffs in terms of excitement. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, it's tough to see Garcia get hurt again yesterday with the with the injury, and Cags, of course, got banged up. He's been playing great in August. So it's fun to see the young guys playing well, but I keep saying, where was this? I know it was some injuries. They lost Garcia for some time and Vinny, but Vinny was bad before the injury. It's just the ultimate lost season of a team that shouldn't be this bad in an AL that is just terrible, where the third team in the playoffs right now is 3 games below 500. Like, everything was in play this year to just be mediocre. You're a playoff team, and it didn't pan out. So I'm excited to see how they finish, if the young guys can finish strong. And but beyond that, it's just going to be, man, they really, really, really blew this bad this year.
So bad.
Do you
So bad.
have the Dolphins been in any notable camp fights so far? It's
Yep.
been a summer of camp fights. Like, what can you tell us on the Dolphins front,
So,
where I know
this
you're
is
about as equally as enthused?
This is pretty funny. I thought yesterday, Jeff Hafley, the Dolphins head coach, they had a media session before practice began. He was talking about some things. He said, my main goal today is that we have no fights at camp, and there's 4 fights that broke out at camp yesterday. So, and I think the report was saying that the Dolphins started 3 of the 4, so it wasn't even retaliation. Like, they started 3 of the 4 when the coach's main goals were, hey, we don't want to have any sort of fight today. So that's how things are going in Miami. I do like him. I think he's going to be successful when all is said and done, but it's going to be a rough campaign. They have no depth whatsoever. The starters are not even that good to begin with, but I just found it funny that, the goal was no fights, and they had 4 with the Giants yesterday.
Amazing. Just amazing stuff. Schaefer, you weren't with us last week last Friday when we talked to Jake.
I was gone.
He expressed at least some sort of optimism about the Dolphins.
Didn't he said 7 wins or something for next
Yes.
season?
Are you getting a little excited about Malik Willis?
Yes, I am. I think Malik Willis is going to be pretty good now, and I actually think the same thing. I said Nebraska. I like their offensive line. I like, for the first time in many years, the Dolphins' O-line. There's been rave reviews of the first-round pick, Caden Proctor at left guard. I love Patrick Paul at left tackle, second-round pick from a couple years ago from Houston. The center, Aaron Brewer, is one of the best in football. And then the question is right tackle Austin Jackson just never stays healthy, former first-round pick from USC. But yeah, everyone's saying 2-3 wins for the Dolphins. I see a path to them winning 6 or 7. And that's a big because of Malik Willis and Devon Achane, and I think that their defense will have some issues, but I think they can put up some points. They don't have a great receiver, but I'm telling you, I love this guy Caleb Douglas, rookie from Texas Tech, 3rd-round pick. He's a guy to watch out for. Watch out for Caleb Douglas.
Okay.
Watch out for Caleb Douglas. I like it. All right, Jake, we'll let you go. You good luck with your caddying today. That should be a ton of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be lots of. I'll send you guys a photo of me in these white Augusta National Masters bibs I have on.
What time's your round?
9:50. I am not playing. I'm just going to carry the club. So I am.
Right. No, I get that. You're still part of the round.
Yeah, I'm on the run. I'm 8 minutes away. I'm just passing the Casey's Northwick right now.
So you're going to come to the Phoenix when you're done, right?
Oh,
I sure could, possibly. I am on full dad duty because my Elizabeth's out of town again, so I might. I'm not sure. I'll see if I can stop by. No guarantee.
How are you on full dad duty when you're a caddy? I don't get it.
Well, the kid is currently at daycare.
So I got to pick her up from daycare today.
So he's not really on full dad duty.
Dad duty. Okay.
Yeah.
When daycare is over, he's
dad duty after daycare. Yeah.
We'll be in contact then. Jake, thanks. Have a good weekend.
Enjoy the golf, guys. See you next
We
week.
will. Jake Sorensen from the Ticket in Lincoln, who is pretty famous for the round is at 9:50 and he won't be there for another 8 minutes. I would like my caddy to be there a little bit earlier, personally.
So Jake and I are similar in this regard, where I can show up, roll out of my car, put shoes on, go hit a decent drive with no warm up, no stretching.
I just like to get in and kind of, get my stuff situated.
You were famously a guy who's going to arrive 15 minutes early.
It's not really about the warm up. It's just I like to get the stuff in the car. I don't like to be frazzled.
You don't want to be hurried. You don't want to be
rushed.
hassled. You want things to go off smoothly. Whereas Sorensen and I operate in chaos.
You live in the muck.
And it tends to go well for me. I'm okay with it.
All right, well, speaking of the muck, let's head out to our course reporter, Hideki Matsuyama, who is out there. Matt, what's going on?
Hey, we're on 17 here. We ran into one of Mike Schaefer's friends. This is Weston. as we're teeing off here. As that was a great tee shot by John. Very birdieable par 4. Gets a little long, but it's pretty straightforward. John did a great job there getting us out here. This next guy coming up to the tee, he's got a great name. His name's Matt. Definitely the most athletic looking of the group, but did have a tough time driving the cart to the hole. Nearly got lost.
It's harder
So-
than people realize to handle golf carts.
Just don't
It
pull
is.
my Schaefer.
This guy's got good gear too. He's wearing the Travis Matthews stuff, so that's how you know it's legit. He's gonna shank the tee shot. All right. Rolled over a little bit, but had a lot of power. Slipped a
Matt
little.
said "all right" in his backswing, and
Yeah.
then that's
I'm trying. We're on the radio. We're trying to fill a little air here because the people can't
for
see
us,
Matt.
okay? You're
Teeing
no
off.
Dottie Pepper.
You're
all
the
right?
one who's standing next to
All
him.
right. So Darren now is up on the tee box as we have we have one playable ball in the middle of the fairway. Darren trying to make it a more birdieable second shot. Darren winds up. And he got under it there. He probably teed it a little high, pulled it to the left. It is a findable ball, but now we'll have Weston up to the tee. As once again, John's put them in a favorable position. But honestly,
We'll stay
John-
live for this shot.
and we are also at the Johnny Rogers, the Jet Award hole here. So if you're at hole 17, go ahead and look at the Jet Award. We have Joe Reed's award out here as Weston steps up. He's got Pumas on
Let's go, Coop.
as Weston slips. All right.
Oh no! And now Matt. Nobody has ever put Dottie Pepper on the tee box.
We should
Okay?
definitely call this mogged by Matt because if you end up having to use his drive,
Here we go. Let's see.
265.
You're in our car.
Into the tree. I hit the ground before I hit the ball. Oh, I'm in fairway. Hey, I got a members bounce there, right in the fairway.
The average is 265.
Thank you,
with
Becky.
a,
We appreciate it. We cut him off.
Produced.
Yeah, you've been produced, Matt. He's still talking into the camera as if he's on the air. He is most certainly not. All right, we will take a quick timeout. We'll round things out. We'll have accountability, of which we have a lot of, I think.
Yeah.
After this on 1620 The Zone.
This is Happer and Schaefer on 1620 The Zone.
All right, final couple minutes on this Friday here on Happer and Schaefer on 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com, the Zone Radio Network. We are live at Miracle Hills for our first, and I mean, it's sort of like a resumption of a 1620 The Zone golf tournament, Zone golf, whatever it might be. Either way, I think you could pretty much bet on this being back and better next year. We'd like to thank T-Box Cutwater for bringing us this tournament this year, or helping present it. Langfeld Overhead Door, the Jet Foundation, a whole sponsor. Johnny's out here. Tony Veland's out here, by the way, as well. Fernando's, Broncos, IBW, Designed for Early Bird, the Phoenix, of course, and put on by our fantastic people at Usher Media Group, which we knocked it out of the park, or we're knocking it out of the park. One person who's not knocking it out of the park is Matt McMaster, who will be back up, assumingly, to do radio.
Should be on his way
shortly. So we're excited to do a crossover like normal. I mean, we're
going to make him stand out in the sun for the crossover.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do that.
It is.
We're going to heat him up.
We had a nice morning. The nice morning is over.
Yeah.
It's hot.
I love this. At 6 a.m. it was perfect.
That was amazing.
It was perfect weather. I'm being informed by people out there on the course that they are signing some of the pin prizes. They're not confident that it'll remain for the rest of the tournament. But as said, we have some great prizes here with this event, and so fully expect this to be a returning thing again in 2027. If you didn't make it this year, you're going to want to get here. Even
if you would like to come in from Central Nebraska, if you're listening on 97.7, come on in. We'll make some room for you next year.
Maybe we can do a road trip golf event out there.
Now that's interesting.
Yeah.
Or a second golf event for only Central Nebraska. Yeah, that's interesting too.
We're out there just sampling golf courses to see where potential events could be.
I think there's a lot of potential golf / Happer and Schaefer stuff.
Plus, we can visit your family in the Hastings area.
All day. I got my first batch of corn yesterday.
Oh.
Do you want some?
Yes.
All right, I got some.
Is this a real offer?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
yeah.
I want it.
Yeah, I usually bring in like a dozen or so ears to the office every year.
There's a great graphic that Joey made. My grandparents had a farm up near Neely, and so I would get sweet corn.
I am a farming.
Yeah, I'm a farm person. I'm a farm people. There we go.
I come from a family of farm people.
So I had access to like incredible sweet corn every summer for 20 some years. Yeah. And then when that went away, it's honestly one of the biggest losses in my life.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
It's not that like I can go get stuff from the farmer's market or from the various stands or whatever. It's just not the same.
I haven't come to appreciate it until recently. I'm like, wow,
man,
this was just a thing. I've had the best sweet corn on planet
I'll
Earth.
take whatever amount of ears you're willing to spare. I'd be happy to have.
We can make it work. We can make it happen for you. All right, Jake, let's hit some accountability.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for accountability.
All right, so accountability today.
I got one.
Oh, okay. Joey, go ahead. The floor is yours.
I had a mishandling of the headphones earlier when I was handing it over to Matt. I think at some point I knocked it down on the ground, but the headphones are still good.
Okay, just a little fumble there.
Yeah, just a little fumble.
No big deal. We appreciate you taking accountability for it.
I'll still make Matt stand right in front of us for the crossover.
Did you learn your lesson? Do you feel like you can appropriately accomplish that handoff next time?
Yes, I will. I will do that for the crossover.
I have one on behalf of Matt McMaster. He already lost his wallet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday was
he
the
hadn't
keys.
even been here an hour, and he'd already lost a wallet.
Yesterday was the car keys, and I had to run over for the crossover.
There was like...
He was very annoyed when I gave him his keys.
Heather came up, and she was like, somebody lost their wallet. I've seen that wallet before. I know whose wallet that is. And so, yeah, it's right up here at the it's at the table.
Yeah, no.
We'll give it to him for a small fee when he gets back.
I have a handful of words I just did not nail from the enunciation standpoint today. I don't remember all of them. One of them was that name, which is Vanden Kerkhove.
Yeah, that was impossible.
The Belgian prince.
And so I knew how to say it because I've seen it before, and then I go to say it, and I'm like, Vandenker, give me another chance. So
I'm usually
that was one of
a
them.
big word pronouncer. I couldn't even really begin on that one. Yeah, Chris, go ahead. Donut holes.
Have some munchkins.
There's some
called
breakfast
You've earned it.
burritos from Early Bird.
Okay. That's accountability.
That's it for us
It
this
is?
week.
And that's
Wow.
it for us today.
That's it for you for a little bit. Happer won't be back until Wednesday. So
Whoa.
I will be driving the show on Monday and Tuesday. So who
Hooray.
knows where things are going to go. Well, of course,
And you will be hosting with?
Mike Sauter and Michael Severe. So
Whoa.
we're back on, after having Mike Stibbs, we are back to running on Nick Zaynert for me, I guess. Last
So
week.
it's the start of a new streak.
Yes.
A mic only plan, if you will. So
That's what I'm working on.
That is what you can look forward to on Monday. Dan writes in accountability. I self-proclaimed 7 a.m. listener, didn't arrive until 8 o'clock today. How dare you? It's
Tough data. You missed out on some stuff.
You have to make up for it by joining us at 6 o'clock every day from now until the rest of eternity.
Reset that average.
All right, Jake, you can go ahead and hit that 15-second out bed. That'll do it for us today. If you missed anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. Thanks again. Let's do a crossover with Matt coming up next.